The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, GameCube.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast all about video games. I am your host, Kaleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig. Cameron.
And Zach.
And today, guys, we are going to be covering the Nintendo GameCube. I've now run out of consoles that I care about, and now we're into the dregs.
Fuck you, the GameCube was sweet.
Well, good. I'm glad we have one person that's touched a GameCube in their life.
I've played the GameCube, but I never owned one.
Yeah, I just have a Wii, and I have a few games that I've played from GameCube. But very limited experience for me. But we can talk about that at the end. But before we get into anything along those lines, what have you guys been playing this week?
Oh, let's see. I've done Avengers, which just came out. I played a little bit of that Mortal Shell. I don't know how I feel about it.
How do you feel about Avengers?
I like Avengers. I've seen people giving it a lot of shit, and I can see it for some things, but for the most part, it's pretty fun. The multiplayer is pretty great. And Zach and I have been playing some of that, and it's pretty dang fun. Let's see what else have I played. Played some Fall Guys, and I think that's it.
All right, kind of a light week for you. That seems kind of... You must have been playing that Avengers hard.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a good sign. All right, what about you, Cameron?
I was playing The Last of Us.
Oh, nice. Started part 1?
Yeah.
How far did you get?
I'm at the part after you meet that weird dude in the city who gives you the shotgun.
And Ellie stole his porn mag.
Did she actually grab it?
Oh, never mind. You're not that far.
Fuck you.
Oh, well, that's not really a spoiler.
I can't remember that dude's name, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember the guy. I didn't remember
You have
his
to avoid
porn.
all the traps that he has set up all over town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How far do you think he is, Craig?
Maybe like a third of the way.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe just a little under that.
Trucking on, bro. You getting there?
Yeah.
It'll be, we have a few weeks for me to wrap that up, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2 is going to be twice as long.
Yeah, it's a slog.
So.
Yeah. All right, cool. Is that it for you?
Yeah.
No
that's
COD, no
nothing else.
no
Yeah.
dump ass? Damn. All right. What about you, Zach?
Played some Call of Duty. Some Fall Guys. Some Shantae, half genie hero. Played a little bit of that. And a shit ton of Avengers.
Yeah.
And Broforce. I played some Broforce too.
Yeah, we were going to do Broforce, but plans changed. Cool. Did you guys... How regularly do you guys win in Fall Guys now? Because I know everyone's won, but me.
I've won twice.
Okay.
I haven't played it since the first time, but I did win one during that first session, but I haven't played it since.
I usually get relatively close, but
Nice.
every once in a while.
I want to play it again. My son, Nicholas, he really likes watching that game.
I believe it.
I'm pretty sure he'd enjoy playing it too.
Probably. But he's like retarded still. He's not even... He's like 16, 15 months old. Can't handle it.
You don't know. Maybe he'd be better than you are.
Maybe.
That would be funny if you played his first one and got a crown.
Yeah. But all right, cool. I have been playing solely. Well, not solely. I'm just kidding. I played Last of Us Part 2. I put like, I think about 5-6 hours in. I just, it's funny that Seattle is like a shithole there because Seattle's also a shithole in real life. I'm like, oh,
Art imitates life.
yeah.
One thing I have to comment on Art Imitates Life, the beginning of The Last of Us did not imitate what would have happened in real life.
Did you cry?
No. So the beginning of Last of Us, remember, this is rural Texas, outside of Austin, right?
Yeah.
Where are all the fucking guns?
Yeah, seriously.
like the zombies, like running at people. Like it would have been people shooting people and people shooting zombies like crazy. Everyone and their cousin would have had a fucking rifle or gun. Not inside the city, maybe not as much, but in right around where you were at. Yeah, everyone's gonna have like a fucking arsenal ready to go.
Yeah.
Where were they?
It's like they've never been to Texas. It's the same.
And the one dude only
Didn't
had
they
the
have
one
some guns
pistol.
at the beginning?
Yeah,
They shot some zombies while they were
pistol.
getting away
He
in the
had
truck.
He had the one pistol.
Oh,
Yeah.
In the truck.
It was
And
just
why would
the
he
one
have the
gun?
one pistol and he only had basically a magazine worth of ammo on him?
Yeah, it's bullshit because it's just like Uwe Boll and like filmmakers. They don't know how guns work. The game makers just don't know how guns.
No, they
exist.
just don't know how rural
Like,
Texas works.
Yeah,
It's like the guns themselves. Like from what I've seen so far, like I'm not looking at the gunplay to see if it's true or not. I mean, I heard you can make silencers at home, like out of bottles and stuff. We can argue about that later, but just not enough guns is what it is.
That's the thing. Silencers are. It's not a silence. It's just the difference is it's not a crack. It's just a pop instead.
There's just too much to get into what goes behind a silencer. Then I don't think a fucking plastic bottle will even do the job.
And a piece of cloth.
Maybe you could maybe for one shot, depending on the caliber, maybe it'd be good for one shot.
That's what happens in the second game is you can break silencers.
Right.
Yeah, you craft them and they only last for like 3 shots.
Yeah, it would.
I'm thinking like if you put a makeshift plastic bottle silencer, it may dampen some sound, but that fucking bottle silencer is destroyed. It's fucking gone after one shot.
Even real silencers, it's not silent. It's the difference between like a cracking sound and like a pop. So it's like a loud pop.
Again, there's so much to get into, yeah. But if you really want a silenced round, you also go for subsonic ammunition at the same time, because a silencer can help mitigate the sound of the gas explosion that's happening at the muzzle of the weapon. But if your round is still breaking the speed of sound, you're still going to hear the crack that happens from the round breaking the speed of sound, and when it goes transonic. But if you get a round that doesn't do that, then it's going to be quieter, but it's still not going to be 100% quiet.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a silent shot. Is basically
silencers are good for helping protect your own hearing protection, not shooting where people don't know you're shooting.
Yeah. That's the nobody, but nobody knows about guns. So,
but that's not what
developers. They just don't know about
talking about. The whole thing is it's Texas. There should be lots of guns.
Yeah, I mean, like if it was Utah, we'd have more guns than they had. Like you and I have like together like 7, and Craig has 1. I guess Zach, I don't know. If
I'm not allowed to have one because of the felony.
Yeah.
I thought it was because you're brown.
Yeah.
That's the felony.
Oh.
Got it.
Dude, that game though, like consistently, it kind of pisses me off. But consistently, that beginning always makes me cry. Every goddamn time I play it, and I know it's coming.
Well, when his daughter gets...
Yeah, dude, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate like the helplessness, man. It gets me every time.
That was an emotional part. Yeah.
I said that I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, it's rough. It's a good game though. I like the first game a lot.
First one's fantastic.
I like the second one a lot so far too. I'm not all that far, and I cleared Seattle, and I'm leaving Seattle. I think I did everything.
Seattle's huge in the game, dude.
Well, the first time I got there, and like I don't know if I go back, but
You don't.
Oh well, I'm done then with Seattle.
I guess that makes sense, actually. No, it doesn't.
The open area, you mean?
Yeah, I think I cleared all the stuff. There's one key that I got that I didn't find the door to, but I was like,
You stay in Seattle the entire
that door
game.
is in an alleyway.
oh, okay. So I go back to the open area.
No.
Oh, fuck. Well, fine.
Yeah, so consistently you will stay in Seattle. The game is in Seattle.
Okay.
So you'll just hole up in a different section of town. And then actually do, like, legit story shit.
All right. Cool. Yeah,
Did you find the Dr. Uckman card?
I did. That was
Okay.
dumb. Yeah.
He is, in fact, a bitch.
Did you see how he gave himself 100 intelligence?
Yeah, I did see that. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but
I think
know how you guys-
if like that criticism to those is going to be like, "Oh, it's a joke. I just kidding." It's like you fucking were trying to stroke Aaron Eagle, and everyone's going to make fun of you because of it.
yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing mostly. There were a few moments where I had like an hour or an hour and a half, and I played some COD. Not very good at it, but I've been queuing up for Team Deathmatch and Free For All, and I've been getting a lot of Free For All, and it's actually pretty good. I like Free For All a lot.
Dude, playing this last, like, was it Friday? I think I played Friday for a little bit. Fuck, dude.
You suck.
I got my ass kicked.
I did too. Yeah, I got gold in the I think it's the AUG, the AUG.
Nice.
So I have like 3 more submachine guns that I'll unlock all of the colors. So one of the guys at work, Killian, you saw him at Oktoberfest, Cameron. He has all of the guns mastered.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus fucking
There's an
Christ.
extra level above that now.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It's too much. It's too much just to get that, but
Yeah, it's you have to be good, but even if you are good, it's still a lot of time.
yeah.
Shit ton.
So you must be doing only that.
Yeah, that's
Which
what
people
it's-
do. I mean, people game just for Call of Duty. Like, it's a thing.
Yeah, just imagine having a game you like to play and just, playing that game.
And nothing else. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Do you think people do that or
Oh,
or
yeah.
nah?
I
Just
bet
think
they
of
do.
how much money they save
People who
because they're
play
not buying
MMOs
new
are
games
just-
all the time,
it's
too.
just that.
Or you see these professional gamers playing, like, League of Legends, like Overwatch. Like, they'd have to like it to play it that much and to put that much time into it.
Yeah.
And you'd think it could be just like a regular job. You're like, I guess I'll play today.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you would have to like it to, like, start. I
Yeah.
would think.
I think Cameron's just sad that he can't be that guy that plays just what he wants to play.
Become a pro at a game you hate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't really become pro if you have to play and review it and then leave it. And that's what we have. That's what we do. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's a weird unforeseen consequence that you see pretty fucking fast when you get into it. Of like, well, I would play more of this, but I just can't. I just don't have time.
I'm surprised you didn't get into Tarkov, man. I thought you were going to hop right back on that.
I mean, number one, I still have tons of games I need to beat before I get back into that. And number two,
I only have Last of Us and Last of Us 2.
I mean, and Ghost of Tsushima.
and Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't think it's a bad thing if you want to put a couple hours into, like, Tarkov, though, either. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I played COD for
we
a few
have
hours.
time.
Do
And we
though?
have reviews to do as well. Like, it's not like we don't have content for the show.
Nah, well, once I get to a place to where I have majority of what I need to get done, then I can start spending more time on
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah. So real fast, I know this isn't really related to this show, but the whole Conan show idea, I found something really cool online a while ago because I was looking at like all of the Conan stuff, and there's a fucking mail-in game that's been around since the 70s where you like mail your turns, and it's kind of like the ultimate version of Civilization, but you like mail in your fucking turn. And it's crazy. It takes like forever for your turn to go. And you have
So
to
you're
pay
saying we
'em.
should all play this just to support the post office?
I'm saying you should fucking play it, yeah, because it's a sweet idea. And I just filled out the thing online, and I was like, I don't know if it still exists. Like the web page obviously is still up, so somebody's paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me the thing, and I opened it up last night, and so I've got a little Conan map, and then I've got like descriptions of how the game is played, and I get to choose. I'll choose like 3 different kingdoms that I would want to play, and then they kind of like throw me into a kingdom, and I think it's against other people. So it's pretty sweet. And then I got a
Interesting.
big ass comic book that's like an omnibus of the first, I think, 25 issues of the Marvel.
You should write back with your stuff, and then also tell them that you do a podcast, and see if they're willing to do an interview.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. That'd be rad.
I think when I eventually start the Conan cast, I'd probably do that. And then it'd be cool because if I do that, it'll be a few years before I start anything like that. But I want to do it chronologically, and so like hopefully by the time I get to it, it's like there's a base of people who listen, and I can maybe try to get them to do a custom game where it's like me and the people that listen to the show, and we all play in this world, and we're taking turns against each other over time.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fucking sweet. Of course, you pay them per like turn, so like they're probably gonna want to keep your ass alive as long as they can. But
Or you just gotta keep telling them that you're putting thralls in the Wheel of Pain.
yeah, it's like +3 to thralls, no extra moves this turn. It's like $7. But yeah, you can like choose how often you want to take turns, and like the kingdom size is like based on how long the game will take and stuff like that. And it's really cool, and I would like to interview them eventually because it's like a cool idea. It's like, okay, do you guys have people who are actively building it as like a D&D thing for you guys?
Do they have any social media?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
What's it
honestly, it's I can't remember. It's like old though. It's weird. I didn't know if I was actually gonna even get anything because it's seriously been around since like the 70s, like the early 70s. And I was like, that's pretty fucking crazy. That's like 50 years ago that this game came out.
Hyborian War.
Yeah, it's Hyborian War. Yeah, it's fucking sweet looking though. It's like anal retentive, dude. Like I looked at the fucking kingdom descriptions. It's big. There's a
Years
lot of
active in 1985 to present.
85. Okay, it was the 80s.
But it's still present. That's the thing. It's still going.
Yeah.
Playing time months to years.
That's crazy. That's crazy that it's that old. That's what, like 35 years?
Do you think there's still people from the 80s that are playing?
Probably.
Yeah, it's probably their one thing. Their D&D.
They're probably just like, if someone else is interested,
Yeah.
hurry, send them the stuff.
Quick, get them in. Yeah, it's super cool though, and it's like one of those old relics that a lot of times we don't get to experience because like things like that kind of go away. But this one still exists, like a play-by-mail system, and it's like so weird and so old, and it's exciting that you can still take part in something that's that old,
Yeah, it's rad.
Oh, there's some meta stuff here. Do you want me to read it to you?
I saw it. Are you on their page?
Wikipedia.
Oh.
Because apparently some countries, it's easier to win. than
Oh,
others.
really?
Yeah.
Aqualonia.
He didn't read that.
What?
He didn't see that. I'm just saying, do you want to know?
No.
Well, I know the history of Conan because I read the books. Aqualonia should have an advantage because they eventually win.
It's true.
They take over everything.
Where do the Witchers come into this?
The Witchers don't.
Are you sure?
Well, the thing of Conan is that it's supposed to be our world, like before they thought history began.
Is this before or after Frodo destroys the ring?
Before.
Oh, before.
Like way before. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it'd be after because like there's no elves or anything. But that's weird.
It is actually. They did write him before. The guy who wrote it is basically credited with beginning the Sword and Sandal like entirety, like D&D. Everything is
That's
from
pretty
this
sweet.
guy's works, pretty much.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Robert E. Howard, man, the inventor of tentacle porn.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Did he do
There's
this before?
There's a fucking story that he wrote that's like has like some kind of tentacle monster that grabs a naked chick and it starts like touching her all over the place before Conan kills it.
You sure that it was him and not Lovecraft though?
Yes.
I don't think they fucked anyone in Lovecraft's, did they?
Yeah, nobody did that.
Just your mind.
Robert E. Howard is the one that combined naked girls with monsters.
Robert E. Lee.
That's true. He was a beast for that.
He loves that shit.
Hey, who doesn't? But yeah, that's just kind of an update on things that are Conan based. So I guess I started playing that. I haven't made my selections for Kingdoms yet, but I will soon. And I'm excited to play that like play-by-mail game. It's so weird, but like we've talked about this, like having a Civilization 5 game where it's like we play by turns.
The email one?
Yeah. And this is like the old version of that.
God damn.
This is
I do want to try that, but for fuck's sake, that would take so long.
Yeah. You'd have to. It's like a big commitment. You'd have to have like notes of like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, and it takes you like 2 months to build
Dude,
the fucking.
I think our shortest
telekinesis.
game ever was like 5 hours, and it was like 300 and something turns.
Yeah,
Could you imagine?
that just take years. It'd just be years, man. But yeah, so I kind of played that game as well, even though it's kind of not a video game per se.
Check your fucking email and play your turn.
Yeah, check your email, please. So we know what everyone's been playing this week, but the real question: did anybody beat a game this week?
Yep, I beat Avengers.
If I hadn't had plans last night, I would have beat Avengers too. But tonight I'm going to beat
Plans?
Avengers.
All right, so
Yeah, you're basically on the last mission. Dude, that last mission is super long.
I want to do tonight. We should do a bunch of the extra shit. I want to do a bunch of like just clear my map.
Yeah, I want
If you're
to.
down.
I want to level up Thor like a shit.
I gotta play as So my main in that game is a Black Widow because I'm a simp for Black Widow.
yeah,
So she's fun though. She's a hella good fun character. Like she gets like stun batons and stuff. It's pretty sick.
nice. I don't know. This game, it just kind of was like, I don't know. To me, it was like, yeah, it's cool. I think it would have been better like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, maybe right before this ended. Because I think the hype for Marvel Universe might not be as high as it was, but it also could be the
That's
highest
probably
it's ever
because they've
been.
delayed all their filming for
Yeah.
the COVID stuff. Because they're still doing another wave of Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's just because the Black Widow movie was supposed to come out in March, and then they had a delay.
I mean, is it like as big as it was before though? Like, are people?
Yeah, they're good gearing up. I mean, like
Or-
they have like 10 more years of content
Yeah.
to put out and like more world building because like they're just gonna keep filtering characters in and out that die or retire.
Plus, they got that other Spider-Man movie, and then they got like a couple
There's
other
two
Avengers
Spider-Man movies
to
for
do.
sure. They've talked about. There's the Eternals. There's Black Widow. There's Shang-Chi. There's eventually another Avengers movie. Whatever
Another
they're gonna
Doctor
call it.
Strange movie.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. That one's gonna be sick. The Multiverse of Madness sounds rad as shit.
That,
And
that
TV
Thor
shows.
movie.
Yeah, Love and Thunder. The TV shows like The Winter Soldier and Falcon. There's WandaVision's getting a show. MODOK's getting a cartoon. She-Hulk's getting a show. Squirrel Girl's getting a show.
Dear God.
Moon Knight's getting a show. They're bringing back Daredevil.
Wait,
They've
Moon
talked
Knight is
about-
getting a show?
Moon Knight's getting a show.
Fuck, man.
Who was it? There's other movie stuff that's coming out. They've said that John Bernthal is coming back as Punisher. Daredevil's supposed to either get a movie or another show because apparently he's gonna be in the next Spider-Man movie as Peter Parker's lawyer.
There's supposed to be a reboot of Blade as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, Blade, and then Blade. There's a Blade movie because Mahershala Ali's gonna be Blade, and then Ghost Rider's supposed to be in that one, which fucking makes me stoked as shit. I love Ghost Rider.
It's gonna be Nick Cage.
Yeah,
No.
I'd be rad though. I'd laugh. I'd be like,
They had Ghost Rider appeared in that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing.
he did, but
so-
you never saw his face. The Johnny Blaze. You never see Johnny Blaze's face. You see the Mexican dude. I don't remember his name. With the Hell Charger, but though the fan cast is the dude. What's his name from The Walking Dead and from Boondock Saints.
Oh, Daryl from The Walking Dead.
That's who the fans want to play Johnny Blaze, and I think he could be really good as Johnny
Norman
Blaze.
Reedus.
Yeah,
That would
Norman
be
Reedus.
very weird to me.
I think
Yeah.
he'd be sweet.
Norman Reedus is pretty awesome, but
He's good in what he is. I like him in the things he's done.
he would be that character. But he is already the kind of that character.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the motorcycle dude.
It was
Like, that's who he is.
Number Reedus should definitely get a lot more parts.
Yeah.
I agree.
It was surprising seeing the dude who is Braum in Game of Thrones and The Last of Us, and he's Robert in the very beginning. The dude who was supposed to give you the guns.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that. You know what's crazy? He's gonna be. Oh no, it's not him. It's the guy who plays fucking Roose Bolton is gonna be in that Wheel of Time show,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know if I could trust that character if it's gonna be this guy.
That's a weird choice for me to play Cam.
They're all weird choices. Looking at the characters, like who
Yeah.
they picked, I'm like, what the fuck? But whatever.
what's his name? One of the Game of Thrones dudes is Batman in the TV show universe.
Yeah,
Jeremy
it's
Flynn.
The chick who's with Daenerys all the time.
Jerome.
The dude. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dude that's with Daenerys is Batman in like the DC shows on the DC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the
He's
Titan
Bruce
show,
Wayne. Yeah,
right?
he's Bruce Wayne, yeah. He's in it, like they show him as Bruce Wayne.
Nice.
Yeah. It was weird, but he was pretty good, actually. I was like, impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think they're going to get Ben Affleck to play Daredevil?
He's coming back as Batman.
Oh, wow, shit.
No, dude. Charlie
They already
Cox.
have somebody else. as
Charlie
Daredevil.
Cox is Daredevil. Have you watched the Daredevil TV show?
No.
I think you'd like it. It's so good.
Isn't it CW?
No.
No,
Oh.
it's a Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's like it's rated. It's a mature show. Like there's so much gore and stuff.
Oh, okay, I was going to say I don't watch teenage dramas.
No, it's not. The ones on Netflix.
Braun.
Punisher is really good. Punisher was badass. Daredevil's really badass. And I have friends who really liked the one with the chick.
Jessica Jones, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I never watched it.
I haven't watched any of
But
them.
if you watch any of them, do Daredevil. Daredevil's rad.
I wish Iron Fist was good.
Yeah.
It's not.
The actor also wishes
Yeah.
that it was good.
He is also
It
in
wasn't
Game
even
of
good when
Thrones.
they had that like combo of Luke Cage
And him.
and them and Daredevil. Yeah, that one was like,
Oh yeah, they're also finishing off Guardians of the Galaxy because there's a Guardians 3 coming out.
Yeah, I heard about that, yeah.
But I'm telling you seriously, if you get a chance, you should watch. Daredevil's good.
Probably won't, but I don't know. I do watch TV shows sometimes.
If you get to it, it's fun. It's a good one.
I watched a trash show with the wife.
What did you watch?
It's called Little Fires Everywhere. I hated it.
oh yeah,
I hated it.
Hated it. It's trash. There's some good stuff, but the writing and the characters are horrible people.
The writing and the character.
Yeah, and I was riffing it the whole time. I'd be like, previously on Stupid Fucks Everywhere. Previously on Everyone Makes Bad Decisions and Blames Everyone Else for them. Yeah. That's a show idea that I have is like, it's called The Shit My Wife Makes Me Watch, and it's just me and Alex watching her shows and me just like ripping them apart. Just like live like riff tracks on whatever we're watching. And like I do it a lot with like The Bachelor. She'll be watching that and I'll just like be just fucking ripping it up. And I think I got some pretty good ones, but it's like rude. It's like rude shit. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant because so I'll see somebody that's like a little bit overweight or something, and like I'll just fixate on like the easy stuff, like the low hanging fruit.
Sometimes the low hanging fruit is the sweetest.
It really is. That's what that fruit is. It's like ready to come off the vine.
That's when I'm like a dick at work. Like when I like want to be an asshole at work, that's what I do. I go straight for the low hanging fruit every time.
Yeah. So that's a podcast idea that I have that I really want to do, but Alex doesn't want to do it because she's like, I don't want you to just sit there and make fun of me. Like it's not making fun of you; it's just making fun of your visual choices
You're
and
bad.
shows.
Yeah.
And there's so much fun to be had. And it's like such a dumb show. It's like The Bachelor. Like how ridiculous is the show?
I think it'd be fun for us to just make fun of The Bachelor. I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And it would be a watch along. So like I'd have it on Hulu, and then we'd start it as a commentary, and then like some poor bastard who has to watch it with his wife or girlfriend can just have the podcast playing and just listening to me just fucking tear it up as they're watching it in real time. I think it'd be fun.
It'd be really
That's
funny.
a fucking sweet idea.
Look at this
I think.
fucking clown. What
Like,
the fuck is up with that chick's toes?
Yeah, think that guy's nose is long enough? Like, Jesus Christ. Fucking sail.
Pinocchio lied.
Yeah, someone's lying. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
He tells her something about a hobby. He's like, I saw his nose grow. I swear to God.
Yeah, so it's a fun idea. Speaking of watching shows, but we're not here to talk about shows. We're here to talk about the Nintendo GameCube. Before we do that, though, I feel like we have at least one or two questions.
We have a
that
few
we can-
questions in the new Clink queue.
Yeah, that we can
we have a
dive into.
The next one's the Bounty Hunter Ultra Destiny.
yeah.
I thought you refused to answer him now.
No,
that
just
just the-
that one question.
Just the one.
Just the one
Yeah.
about the most amazing boobs.
Yeah, are they that good though?
I thought they were great.
Okay.
You didn't think Jennifer was
I
great?
mean,
We didn't mention it, so
all boobs are great.
That's true.
Unless
Yeah.
you're a
I'll,
hunchback.
she still got laid.
oh, it's so honestly. I thought about that show again recently, and I'm like, her face. All she did was like twisted her jaw a little
Yeah.
bit, and then like didn't put makeup on and tried to look homeless, and then that's the difference between her then and her after.
Yeah.
Because like there were some times when I was watching it where like she looked a little less retarded than like or like fucked up than she was before. You know what I mean? Like sometimes her jaw wasn't quite as far.
I mean, fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying though? Like in that show, like sometimes her jaw would be further out than it was other times. It's like,
Contractually, I'm obligated to say I don't know what you're talking about.
oh, okay.
Contractually.
My lawyers have said no.
Yeah. Whenever the R word comes up, just go silent. You can laugh. You can laugh, but you can't say
You can laugh
anything.
and agree, but
You have to
can't
shake your head
say
while you're
anything.
laughing so they know that you're serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, in games that use both... use both what? Oh, okay. In games that use both, often Metroidvanias, do you prefer to use the control pad or joystick to control your character? This question is directed at all who would like to answer. Thank you.
So D-pad or analog stick for precision games?
So, if it's for like platformers or fighting games, I use the D-pad.
Really?
That's.
I find I switch back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't like using the joystick. There's something weird about it to me,
Well, see, like
especially in fighting games.
See, my thing is like when I play fighting games, like I'm used to like the box, so it's
It makes sense.
so it's like So I
I
don't.
mean,
like, I can't
yeah,
hold
but
it
you
that
don't. You're not holding it like you would with like the big
Yeah, but
joystick.
I'm using my thumb in the same way though.
It's I
so
think
for
it's
me, that's
closer.
why it's like okay.
Yeah, it's probably closer to the real experience. Doing it.
For me, yeah.
No, you'd have to get like a fight stick for that.
Oh, okay. No, your opinion's only.
I got a
matters.
fight
It's okay.
stick for you.
Yeah, my opinion is the only one that matters.
You're not going to be king for very much longer, so it's not going to matter.
I am king now, and I have been for like forever.
I
so.
spit on your rule.
I
I know you're
spit.
into
I
that.
spit
but,
on your cock.
It's just lube.
God,
I
refuse
But
not
yeah,
to die.
I use the D-pad for everything. Like fighting games specifically because like I hate the joystick because I've played fighting games since the Super Nintendo, and I can't use the stick for that at
Dude,
all.
your
The
Xerxes-
only one that I have to use the stick for is Smash Bros. Because the D-pad doesn't work
You're Xerxes to
for
my Leonidas. I want you to know that.
moving. Xerxes, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you're like the lesbian off of South Park.
Well, I mean,
So we scissor later.
Oh yeah, we're gonna scissor our ball slapping together.
Oh, Xerxes.
well, Xerxes does kill Leonidas, though. I mean,
Eventually.
Well, yeah, but he's talking about that one episode of South Park
Yeah, they're the lesbian bar.
where it turns out Xerxes is also a woman.
Also, I'm gonna fight in the shade, so we're gonna be fine.
okay.
Pretty
never
sure.
thought
As long
about
as some hunchback
being with another
doesn't
woman?
betray me at the end, I think we'll be okay.
I don't even know how two women would do it unless they just kind of scissor or something. God, I love that episode so much. It's on my top 10, by the
Yeah.
way, that episode.
So I use the D-pad for stuff like that. Like when I played Sonic, I would use the D-pad. One thing I didn't use the D-pad on, though, Cuphead. I'm using it now because my fucking analogs drift like crazy. But
Dude, that drift is insane, man.
I think Cuphead has good enough controls that I was able to use the analog stick. But a lot of times I will also use the D-pad for like fighting and like precision games or platformers.
For me,
It's not so bad on the...
side-scrolling platformers and fighting games like that, it's always just more precise to use the D-pad, in my opinion,
That's how
instead
I
of the
feel, yeah.
analog. So
It's not so bad to use the Joy-Con, or not Joy-Con, but the joystick on like the Vita because of how low it is on the controller itself. I feel like the height difference between the D-pad and the stick is a part of it. For me.
You're not used to that kind of length.
Yeah.
apparently, extra length gives you more finite control, though, for shooters and stuff like that.
Probably for shooters, yeah.
That's probably why he's not good at shooters. Oh, yeah, you're getting better. You're not as bad as you were. But it's like he's not used to that long
That long shaft.
shaft to hold on to. Yeah. He doesn't know what to do with that extra inch.
Yeah. I have a comfort zone, and I'd like to stick to it.
The comfort zone is flush.
Yeah,
It's
it
flush
is.
with
It's-
skin around it.
Smooth.
Yeah. Ken doll comfort zone.
I mean, it works.
I mean, You're hydrodynamic at that point. No drag.
That's right.
Yeah, you should be a swimmer.
You could be a figure skater. Just
Yeah.
Perfect control.
All right. Do you think there's a GameCube trailer? I bet you there is.
Probably.
it probably is. This
I'm
was
pretty sure they had commercials for it when it was coming out.
I don't like the way that Elsa's staring at Zach.
in her lifeless eyes. Do you? Yeah, there's nothing there.
Grab her over here so we can make her stare at the camera.
There's like a sparkle in the light.
There's not.
There's a light
She looks at you. She
there.
goes, "Do you want to build a snowman?"
She's not the one who
I
says
hated looking over and seeing that stare. Like, you know how inanimate objects
Oh, yeah,
like
she does
sculptures
at
or
the end.
paintings, like the eyes seem to follow you. Like you move around, the eyes follow you. That's just your perspective of that piece of art.
Dude.
That didn't happen. It was only at Zach. She'd never looked at me.
I'm
only had
handsome.
eyes for Zach.
I'm a handsome
So,
young man.
That's weird. It was
Yeah.
looking at Zach.
Do you know what? If we're going to talk about that real quick,
handsome young
I
man.
fucking hate porcelain dolls. I'm
Yeah.
not scared of like almost anything, but fucking porcelain dolls freak the fuck out of
You
me.
watched
stop
Chucky
fucking
when you
them.
were a kid, didn't you?
No, I've never seen Chucky.
No.
Never seen Chucky. Just porcelain dolls freak the fuck out of me. They
Yeah.
just stare. They're just there. God. Sorry. She's got those dick sucking eyes.
True.
Those lifeless dick
I mean, she's
sucking eyes.
definitely
Yeah,
on
it's called
something.
porn. You ever seen a porn? None of those girls have life behind their eyes.
She's definitely on something because her pupils are basically the same size. as
She's
her
done like
entire
crack or
cornea.
something. Yeah.
You drugged her, didn't you, Zach?
Yeah.
Gotta sell.
You got to give her those dick sucking
Why does
eyes
it say?
sometimes.
Why does it say fearless? Whose is this? Is this yours?
No, it's Jace's. He likes Frozen a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think you should paint actual like.
He's probably gonna grow up to be gay, but I'm just kidding.
You should put some blue in those eyes. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's weird looking. I don't like it either. I don't know why it's down
the
here.
the hair tie on the end of her braid is the same color as her hair, and it bothers me.
I'm just lazy.
They bothered to paint a fucking snowflake on her like shoulder pads.
Yeah, they give her like an up top tramp stamp.
yeah, but they don't bother to paint the fucking like.
Dude, what is
hair
this? So
tie.
that, by this, she has these like blue dots all the way down her spine too.
That is her spine.
Yeah, her spine is actually made of icicles. I believe it's
She's becoming
canon.
more powerful.
Yeah.
She's
Contains
gonna
skin
become the
cancer.
frozen witch that we all know she can be.
Yeah, you know that Ice
mean,
Titan
technically
in
she was
Hercules.
sup-
That's her.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Hercules. You mean the cartoon?
Yeah,
I was thinking like the TV
Anyways.
show, and I was like Xena, bro.
We should probably get
you
into
know
the
they have a
game.
crossover
I'd like to cross over.
with Xena. Xena, warrior princess.
All right, let's watch this GameCube trailer.
Asian man. Samurai. Two samurai. Fighting each other in the glass cube. Goth chick.
Oh God, I see where my fetishes come from.
Egg drop soup. Man,
Fuck? Was Nintendo on drugs when they did this?
I think so.
Dude,
What the
it's,
fuck?
It's the early 2000s, dude. It's a time.
yeah, I would want nothing to do with this.
Nintendo GameCube.
Fear the cube.
I gotta tell
Life's
you,
life's
when
a game.
I thought that commercial was gonna be the one where they'd show you like how it has a handle on it, so you could like bring it anywhere. Because I remember a commercial
It's a
like
handy-
that, but
handy
that
weapon
commercial
with a
I
hand.
have never seen because I would remember that.
It's horrifying.
That's like those like all Japanese commercials are like super fucking weird, and they have nothing to do with what you're selling. Like that's what that was.
The GameCube was the first console that I had wanted. So the first console I had was like a hand-me-down from a garage sale, which was a Sega Genesis. And then years and years after, had lost that. And then my brother and I wanted a gaming console. It was the GameCube that we wanted,
yeah.
I had a
mostly for
GameCube
the
before I had a
Metroid.
PlayStation.
Mostly for the Metroid game.
nice.
And then Super Smash and stuff like that, because we had a friend who had a GameCube, and so it was like, oh, dude, we could get a GameCube. Let's ask for that. And so that was the first console that we had wanted and then had to share.
Nice.
GameCube, I have good memories. of
GameCube was great.
Yeah, I remember playing that Godzilla fighting game with my cousin all the time.
GameCube had
was
that
like
fucking Legend of Zelda collection thing too that had like all the Legend of Zelda games up until like
Was it the GameCube that popular
Breaker.
console of that genre? Like people wanted the GameCube when it came out compared to other consoles?
We'll have to find out.
I mean, I guess compared to the PlayStation 2 at that point. PlayStation 2 wins.
Well, PlayStation 2's best-selling console of all time. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But that's part of my research part of this episode. So keep all of that knowledge to yourself, because you're competing against your fellow man.
dun dun. What do we get if we win?
Kudos.
Wow, you're not even gonna blow us.
Yeah.
We talked about this last episode. That happens before the show, and it's all of us.
Yeah, but I mean, he could like be more vigorous, I guess. Put a little more soul into
Craig
it. You
can
know what I
stop
mean?
half-assing.
What happens if we're all tied? Does he have to do it all at the same time?
Yeah, we have to bukkake you.
God. You know, I would ask if you guys could come to that, but I honestly don't want to know.
We'd have to get a few people.
Dude, the bald spot gets Craig's his junk moving.
Yeah, he loves that fleshy dome. All right, so the Nintendo GameCube is
I'll get you some head wax.
make that shine. So the Nintendo GameCube is a home video game console released by Nintendo in Japan and North America in what year?
2002.
Yeah, 2002.
3.
2001, and internationally
I went down. Damn it.
internationally in 2002. So the PAL region. The GameCube is Nintendo's predecessor to the N64. Oh wait, no, it's not the predecessor.
No,
the N64 is the predecessor, obviously.
Yeah.
And is their entry into the 6th generation of video game consoles and competed directly with Sony's PS2 and Microsoft's Xbox. The GameCube is the first Nintendo console to use optical disc for storage, but of course they had those fucking mini discs to make sure no one could enjoy anything not solely produced by them, such as music, CDs, and DVDs. Yeah, that's fucking lame.
I mean, there's other ways to do that, but and still use normal sized discs, but you know.
Yeah. So the console did feature online gaming for a few games via the GameCube broadband/modem adapter, and can even connect to a Game Boy Advance with one of the 6 ever-produced link cables,
6.
allowing players to access game features using the Game Boy Advance as a second screen and controller, which is actually kind of a prototype to the Wii U, honestly. And then, of course, the Switch. So
I remember a friend had one of those.
Oh, did he really?
He would use it for a Pokemon game.
Yeah,
Yeah, my cousin did the same thing.
I had a buddy who did that too. But when we played Crystal Chronicles for Ultima, we had to find one of those things. It was impossible, and so luckily one of the listeners mailed his to us. It was I could find the box, but I couldn't find the disc, and they were separate and they were really expensive. And I'm like, fuck this, dude! I'm not fucking buying this thing. But yeah, it's brutal, and it's I actually kind of hate it, but. Because you have to play with the Game Boy Advance as your fucking screen and controller, and I'm like, fuck this game. Fuck this thing. I hate it.
Doesn't make sense.
Especially for games where it's 2-player or up to 4-player, and you have to have the link cable, the little box, and then the fucking Game Boy Advance to play. And it's like, why wouldn't you just make it a second controller port in the fucking GameCube? Because you have it. It's there. But Crystal Chronicles, they want you to have a fucking Game Boy Advance if you want to play it with somebody else. It's insane. You have to have the link cable and the fucking Game Boy Advance to play it. And there's 3 games that fucking do that. That's it. It's such a dick move. But you can use the Game Boy player to play all Game Boy games, though. So that is another function of it. But it's pretty cool, even though it sucks at the same time. So the development of the Nintendo GameCube actually began in 1997 with a graphics and design company called what?
Oh.
Probably never going to get it unless you're a freak.
PAL Laboratories.
Art X. That
Did you just put some Japanese-sounding word in front of Industries?
No, that's who made the Kirby games and Smash Bros. I was just guessing.
So they launched.
Fun.
That company was launched and staffed by 20 engineers who previously worked at SGI on the design of the Nintendo 64's graphics hardware. So the team was led by Dr. Wei Yen, who was the SGI's head of Nintendo operations, which was the department responsible for basically the architectural design for the N64. So they partnered with Nintendo in 1998 and began the design of the system logic and graphics processor, codenamed what?
Veronica.
For the GameCube.
Cube.
I feel like I used to know this, but I don't.
It's a weird name. It's Flipper.
God damn it.
For Nintendo 6th generation console. The console had multiple code names, such as what? One of these is obvious.
The Cube.
It's okay. It's not that obvious, but
The Dolphin.
no. But
SeaWorld.
hold that thought.
Tesseract.
So N2000, that's the obvious one. Star Cube.
Why is that the obvious one?
I don't know. I guess
Dark Cube is a little more obvious.
Yeah,
Not even. I mean,
yeah.
Tesseract is a star cube, right?
Yeah, and Nintendo Advance, which is a really shitty name. At Nintendo's press conference in May of 1999, the console was publicly announced as Project what?
Dolphin.
Yes.
I knew Dolphin Head was in there somewhere.
How'd you know Dolphin was?
Because he said dolphin and he goes, hold that thought.
No, I also knew that there was something to do with Dolphin.
Don't
the-
lie.
I mean, there were dolphins inside that
That was a shark.
that trailer we watched.
True.
Was there? I only saw the shark.
I only saw the shark too. I was like, what are you talking about?
There's also a, I think it's a GameCube emulator that's called something Dolphin.
Yeah, there
So,
is.
That's another fucking question, Schweiss. I'm going to punch you.
It's not. They subsequently began providing dev kits to game developers, such as big game developers on GameCube.
Wait, what?
Naughty Dog.
They started once they got it all built and they had the infrastructure made. They started giving dev kits to big studios, and there's two of them that came from the 64
Pow Industries.
that are really big on that they're really big into.
Square.
You mean PAL Laboratory?
PAL Laboratory.
No,
He said Square Enix. Is that true?
no.
Enix.
Midway Games.
It came from the 64. Rare.
Rare is one.
And then let's see what else. Who else made games for the 64?
LucasArts.
I mean,
LucasArts did, but no, I think it would be another different
They
one.
didn't want a Star Wars game? Star Wars games sell.
Fuck. Who else made them for 64?
It's the two big
All right,
ones.
just tell me the other one.
The two big ones that they hooked up were Rare and Retro Studios.
I wouldn't have got that one.
So Nintendo also formed a
We know.
strategic partnership with IBM, who created Dolphin's CPU named what? Well, this one you'll probably never get.
God damn it.
Jarvis.
Let's make a fucking
Shark bait. I don't know.
let's make a fucking quiz with the answers. Of course, no one's gonna fucking get.
Craig's gotten two.
Yeah, but it's like
I only have two?
how would Craig know with a fucking code name for their processor?
I don't know, man.
It's like we love video games and these generations so much we fucking learned code names for fucking
Dude,
processors.
I thought you were going to clean up because you're like, this is the game system I actually won. And I was like, badass, Cameron's going to win it.
No, I wanted it, but I was like, how old was I? Like fucking 10?
Don't worry, there's other questions later that aren't his dick. It's called Gecko. That's the name of the CPU. So, the console was announced officially as the GameCube at a press conference in Japan on what date?
April 21st, 1999.
February 14th.
Let's go with
Bro, you're just guessing. so it's
December
okay.
19th, 2000.
Craig's pretty close. August 25th, 2000.
I should have said 2000.
So
It came out
If it came
in
out
2001,
2001, they would have announced
announced
it 2 years early, yeah.
Nintendo unveiled its software lineup for the GameCube at E3 2001, focusing on multiple launch titles, such as what? There's two big ones.
Smash
Smash
Bros.
Bros.
Melee,
And Pikmin.
Mario Kart, Double Dash.
It's neither of those two.
Oh,
Super Mario Party.
it's Mario Sunshine and
Luigi's Mansion.
Pikmin 3. Or no, 2.
Luigi's
No,
Mansion is
Pikmin.
one.
Oh,
Damn it. Fuck you.
I'll give you.
Metroid Prime.
A point. Let's give me a point.
I'll give you a hint. We saw something from this game in the box, just barely in the trailer.
Pikmin.
I said Pikmin.
Not Pikmin.
I said Pikmin before you, bitch.
I said Pikmin for you little ass.
no.
You pick your ass.
Oh, man.
It's a game we talked about in the last few episodes.
Metroid Prime.
No, it's it's the Star
What's-
Wars game, man. Rogue Squadron 2.
Oh.
That was a.
I never played that one, so I wouldn't have got
I never
that.
played Rogue Squadron 2 either. I was still playing the N64.
Yeah, it's a great game. I rented that one. So this would mark the first time since the Famicom that Nintendo's console wouldn't accompany a what game?
AAA title.
What platformer at
Oh.
launch?
Metroid.
No.
Wait,
Legend of Zelda. Mario.
This is the first one that it didn't have this platforming series on launch.
Mario.
What Mario though?
Sunshine.
No, it's the
Oh, dude, Mario's Mario, bro.
No, there's Mario and then there's
Well, Mario and
Super
Luigi.
Mario?
Super Mario. Yeah.
Fuck off. Fuck you.
It's different, man. They're
fuck
fucking
you.
You know, when you look at the best-selling games of all
No,
time, there's
dude,
Mario
no.
and then there's Super
No,
Mario.
That's
That-
bullshit.
That is
then
kind
there's
of true.
fucking-
They do have
Shut up,
two
get out of
Mario
the point.
things.
Fuck you too. That's such horseshit.
It's Mario and then
Bro,
it's Super Mario.
You're such a douche.
He's super.
Absolutely douchebag. Oh,
Oh man. Yeah,
It wasn't
it's-
very super in Sunshine.
shut the fuck up, Greg.
Yeah, first time since the Famicom that there wasn't a Super Mario title at launch. So they kind of fucked up. So another fun little tidbit is that Nintendo had developed and partnered an early prototype of motion controls for the GameCube, but they would ultimately wait to release this product until the Wii. Yeah,
Oh, that makes sense.
so they were like playing around with this motion stuff, and some of the other companies were like freaked out by this. Apparently, it was like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy.
The Sony exec just up at night, like firing people because they can't do it.
Yeah, and then the Wii, when it came out, it was obviously massive. It just fucking destroyed every other console that generation. So they were onto something. They were waiting to win. So prior to the release of the GameCube, Nintendo focused their resources on the launch of the Game Boy Advance. As a result of this, multiple games that were originally designed for the N64 console were postponed to become early releases on the GameCube. So the last first-party game for the 64 was released in May, which is a month before the Game Boy Advance's launch and 6 months before the GameCube's, which really shows kind of a shift in resources. So they basically didn't have a main console game for like 7 months, which is weird. It seems kind of crazy because most of the time, like right at the end of the console's life, that's when like the bitchin' games come out.
Yeah.
Like this is fully utilizing the console,
Right.
and they kind of just like left the 64, which is weird. But hey, they wanted to make this a big boy, so they were also developing software for the GameCube that would connect it to the Game Boy Advance. Certain games, such as what? There's 2 games I have here.
What was the question?
And they were also developing software for the GameCube that would connect it to the Game Boy Advance. Certain games, such as Blank Blank, use the handheld as a second controller and screen when connected via...
Crystal
Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Okay, that's one.
Pokemon.
Pokemon Gale of Darkness.
Pokemon Blue.
Did I get it?
No.
It wasn't Gale of Darkness?
Wait, it was
Fuck.
Crystal Chronicles, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I give all of you a point for Crystal Chronicles because I just barely talked about that.
You know what? Craig should only have 4 points because you stole that Mario from me.
Fuck you. I was right.
It's listed, honestly, dude, when I looked at the best-selling video game franchises, it's Mario, Super Mario, or it's probably the other way around. But
Well, scroll tap. You were not paying attention.
it's not right, but it is
Whatever.
correct.
Whatever.
It's not right, but it is correct.
What would the other one be?
It's another big Nintendo series.
Legend of Zelda.
Which one?
On the
God damn it! What is that fucking one called?
I know what it's called.
It's not the Triforce
Twilight
Heroes.
Princess.
It's the
that came out on Wii, I think.
it's that like Link to the Past one
Ah,
where
it's
they
the
had
one-
like the multiplayer dudes, the Four Swords.
Four Swords. What?
Fuck you! I got it.
Do it! If you're doing it for Super Mario,
I got it. I got Legend of Zelda and I got the Four Swords.
Technically,
and the Minish Cap.
Four Swords Adventure.
Hey, you can go fuck yourself.
Such a cunt.
And Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. They both use this handheld
Everything.
as a second screen. When connected via what? What is it called that connects?
Damn it! It's the cable, right?
Yeah, it's
Um,
a really obvious name. It's not
Game
the
Boy
fancy-
Advance
It's like
Link
the
cable.
Link cable, yeah.
Link cable.
cable.
Yeah, it's Link cable.
I have one of those with my Game Boy still.
I'll give it to Zach and Craig.
What?
It's technically.
I said it first. I said the whole thing. Game Boy Advance Link cable.
Well,
You're a little bitch.
Listen, I got fucked out of a point because of Super Mario. I don't want to fucking hear it.
I said it before you because you're. I know everything. You don't.
so
You're just stealing my answers, you little fuck.
so
I didn't steal
Nintendo
shit.
Nintendo started marketing with the phrase "the Nintendo difference" at its E3 2001 reveal in an attempt to distinguish itself from the competition. What phrase was adopted as the slogan after this and used in game ads?
GameCube. Beat your kids with it.
It also featured the rotating cube that morphs into the GameCube logo and whispers GameCube
Be
action
the difference.
creepily. Not be the difference. That's the old one.
GameCube.
I think they said it at the end of that trailer.
GameCube will babysit your kids.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What was it?
Man in a box.
I think it was like Live something. I can't remember.
Born to Play.
Oh, never mind.
Born to Play was their slogan after that. So on May 21st, 2001, the launch price of what was announced for the U.S.?
The GameCube?
Yeah, what was its launch price?
It was $150.
I seem to remember
$199.
$150 being the price that my brother and I were agreeing upon.
Craig is correct. $199.
That's right,
release
motherfuckers.
date. How much less was that than the competition?
100.
$100.
$50.
$100.
Oh.
So is that Zach and Cam?
Yeah, that's
I
what
thought the PS2 was $250.
Your mom was wrong, boy.
No, it was $299. It's pricey.
Well, when did it come out? Because I thought they were like a year apart.
$299 pricey.
I just need $350.
They did
I thought
come
they
out.
did like a price drop like
I-
around when other consoles came out.
I think PlayStation did a price drop after a little bit.
Dude,
GameCube.
lose graciously.
It wasn't right away, but they did eventually. And this one does a price drop too, so keep that in mind. Not that there's much to drop, honestly. $200 is pretty low. This would ultimately not amount to much since it was outsold by both consoles. So both Xbox and PlayStation 2 outsold this beast. The Nintendo GameCube was launched in Japan on what date? I already kind of mentioned it.
November 10th, 2001.
November 11th.
Fuck you, Kate.
It's going to be more towards the end of November.
Fuck you guys.
November
You're
28th.
plus or minus one day of my guess all the
what
fucking
was,
time.
What was his guess?
November.
I'm gonna say
tell him.
I'm gonna say December 1st, 2000.
Craig got it. It's September 14th, 2001.
I almost went to October. God damn it!
If you would have gotten low, like Cameron or like Craig was bitching about, if one went low,
I
and one
almost-
went
Every
high.
time I make a guess, Schweiss does plus or minus one my guess, and then Cam does the other one. It's fucking bullshit.
don't question first.
That's like the real clear CraigPolls.com. Like plus one, minus one. Like, he's probably wrong by a day, or he's, behind by a day. So, approximately how many units were shipped to retailers for the release?
Suck my unit.
For the GameCube?
Yeah.
This is like all retailers everywhere.
Yeah, I
For
think
the
it's
initial release, for Japan release, or for worldwide?
for Japan. For Japan.
500,000 units.
Correct. Cameron
spot
just
on?
drops it. 500,000. Yeah, that's how many.
Damn. Shit. You're dropping those bombs on Nagasaki, bro.
Jeez.
I don't think all of them went to Nagasaki.
5,000 units did that.
yeah.
500,000.
500 kilotons of
Pure metal.
of pure GameCube destruction.
I bet they were the difference.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Born to play, more like born to evaporate.
Born to cube.
So the scheduled release for the
Get cubed. And then the cube itself is cubed.
yeah. That's how. It's not splitting the atom.
Dude,
it's just
we should
cubing it.
redo 2001 and Space Odyssey with, instead of the monolith, it's just a GameCube. It's a really big GameCube.
Insert the link cable.
And then everybody starts beating the shit out of each other, and then culture advances
That's right.
because of the GameCube.
So the scheduled release for the console in North America was set for November 5th, 2001, but was ultimately delayed to increase the amount of units available on launch. The console did eventually release on what date?
Let's go with June 6th, 2002.
No, I'm going to say it was like March 13th.
I'm going to say August 20th.
2002 for all of them?
So it was released 2001 in Japan,
Yeah.
and that was actually early in the year, September. We have a trend of console releases right before the holidays, and so it'd be stupid not to capitalize before that holiday and then do springtime console release. Why would they do? I mean, I guess if they didn't know to release it around the holidays, I don't know. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say November of 2001.
I'm going to say 2002. I'm going to stick with 2002.
So they were going to have it on November 5th, but Cameron's right. They delayed it to November 18th.
They delayed it the whole year?
No, it was like 3 weeks. So they had like a big launch planned, and then they delayed it by like 2 or 3 weeks.
So you get the
So it was
50
November
units.
2001.
It was November 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
you said
would
it
make
came
sense.
out. You said it came out internationally 2002.
Well, that was the PAL regions. That's what it was. So it came out in 2001 for both U.S. and Japan, but in
Oh,
internationally.
okay. I misunderstood. I thought it was like you meant everywhere.
No, I should have clarified. Yeah, because everywhere else was 02. It wasn't much of a gap from.
Yeah, it was because Japan and U.S. usually get the Japanese stuff near enough.
Yeah, it's usually pretty
It's
close.
usually like a few months delay.
And sometimes they do it the same day, depending on what it is. It's hard to do that, but I think Final Fantasy XII.
It depends on if they sync the time into having an English translation right away, because that's what causes the delays.
Yeah.
Well, if they're developing things as they should be getting it translated to English at the same time as they're making it.
They should,
Yeah.
but it's weird.
They don't always do that
Yeah.
with Japanese games.
Like Final Fantasy 13 was one that was delayed. I think 15 was worldwide.
Yeah, it had a worldwide release.
And I can't remember if FF12 did, but I think it did. I think so. It's weird.
No, it had an international release later, which is what.
Oh, that's
why
what
they had the
Zodiac
Zodiac
Age.
Age thing.
Yeah, that's true. But I think US got it on day one. I feel like they did. I don't know though. I could
think
be.
it was different, but
I could be wrong. It's. So how many units did they ship to the North
US?
America? Yeah. So they
100,000.
So they made 500,000 on launch for Japan.
How well did
Let's
the previous
go-
generation sell? The N64.
The 64 was popular.
I'm gonna say
in the States.
300,000.
See, you got to look at it where, the Japanese likes to make stuff for the Japanese market, but still America is a larger market. But oftentimes they'll still just say "fuck you" to the larger market for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
Nintendo also has a history of providing.
I mean, if they did 500,000 units to the U.S. as well, that would still be underselling to the U.S. comparatively. But then again, retailers nationwide, I'm going to say 700,000 units.
$700,000 is spot on. Great job, Cameron. You've
It's
got
not spot on, is it?
No, it is. Yeah, 700,000. That's exactly how many they
Damn.
put.
How do you know these
I'm just
things?
trying to make logical guesses.
God,
Yeah, it's all
stop
about
it.
the logic.
I think A4 did bite him on a full moon, and instead of getting like the maid fetish, he's getting like the autism.
What?
Was there someone that did like comments on the Twitch thing?
Oh, okay. So on April 22nd, 2002,
I was asking.
Factor 5. Oh, no, it wasn't. A veteran third-party developer for Nintendo developed a motion-based surround sound software kit titled what?
Wait.
Probably never going to get it.
What was it?
It's a third-party developer that developed a motion-based surround sound software kit for the Nintendo GameCube. So this is something that
Fuck, who made Guitar Hero?
No, this is the name of the software. You're never going to get it.
Oh, the name of the software?
It's Musics with an X at the end. So they basically wanted to make this like it's weird because it eventually became Dolby Pro Logic 2. It's kind of the surround sound that they came out with. And that was something that a Nintendo company kind of did, at least in conjunction with them. So hardware. Howard Chang, the technical director of Nintendo Technology Development, mentioned that the company's goal was to select a simple RISC architecture to help speed development of games by making it easier on software devs. So the idea was to ensure that third-party developers would be attracted to the console. The design document for the console specified that blank and blank were of the utmost importance. So one of them you can kind of discern from one of the questions that we asked earlier. But what are the two big things with the GameCube? They're like, these are the two things we want
Multiplayer.
to happen.
They want people to play it multiplayer, like with friends and family.
Not that.
Well, fuck you then.
It's even more base. Even more of like a primal.
What, gameplay and...
Graphics.
Not graphics.
Sound and design. Replayability.
No. It's
Good story.
This is for the console itself. So it doesn't have a fucking good story. It actually has kind of a bad story, honestly.
Dependable.
Do they want it to be like not indestructible? Indestructible is the wrong word, but like
they wanted
party.
it to be cube.
They did want that. No, the
They
two big...
wanted the handle on the back of it.
God.
Portability.
They wanted it to like kids could like be rough with it and it wouldn't break.
They
So-
wanted high graphics and
Perfect murder
portability.
weapon.
So the two things that they designed, the design document specified specifically, were cost and space.
Oh.
I don't know why space. I mean, maybe the lack of space taking up.
Wait,
I
like
mean, it's
space
a cube.
inside the console?
Yes, you can hide sandwiches in there. Come on, Craig.
I think they wanted to
No.
make it small.
It's a cube. The Borgs drove cube spaceship.
So, yeah, because
space.
they wanted to make it small because they
Yeah,
had that
super
handle on the back
Similar.
of it, so you could like take it to your friend's house.
Yeah, what's
that was like a whole thing with like one of their commercials.
Yeah, because
That's
we're
true.
just fucking walking down the street holding our GameCubes in hand and not in a fucking backpack.
Dude,
where it's
that's-
safe.
how Game Wars
fucking
happen.
look at the Switch thing. They had people playing their fucking Mario Kart on a fucking oil drum.
Dude, you like
People
back
just think that happened.
in 2001,
playing
most of the
Pokken tournament
fatalities
in a fucking hobo center.
most of the fatalities in 2001 were caused by GameCubes. But the space makes sense because if you look at it compared to the PlayStation 2 and the regular Xbox, like it is significantly smaller.
Yeah, it is. So their focus for the developers of
I guess
the
that's why
console,
they made the disc way tiny.
I think so too. Yeah, they just wanted to make it a small thing. So their focus was less on the players as it was on the developers. So this was kind of an attempt to get kind of out of the way of the devs, who they viewed as the specialists in reaching players with their titles. They just kind of wanted to make it as open to the developers as possible. So they didn't market it. They didn't make it to be for the listeners, kind of a thing, or the not the listeners, the players. It was more about making it so that developers could make games easier, which is kind of tragic because the third party on the GameCube is not all that strong,
No, it's not.
which sucks because that's exactly what they wanted it to be. They wanted it to be letting those guys who make the games make the games.
I think the third party on N64 was stronger.
Which is sad because it was also pretty fucking weak. So Nintendo GameCubes capable of introduced a proprietary optical disc format as the storage medium for the console.
The bullshit optical
tiny
storage
one.
medium.
What do they call it? It's got a
tiny
Micro
disc.
CD.
It's close. You're close with
micro
CD.
disc.
Micro dick.
Different names of both. It's a specific disc and a different another word.
One second. We can guess it. Don't tell us.
Small disc.
It's a different word.
Tiny
It's a certain
disc.
type
Micro
of
disc.
It's a certain
I said that.
It's a certain type of disc though.
Diskette.
Small CD.
Diskette.
Tiny diskette.
No. Like it's not. It's like a format of disc that we know.
MP3.
CD. Micro CD.
Oh,
Blu-ray.
Fuck, what are those things called?
And it's a different
Blu-rays
word
are
for
right, yeah.
micro. It's an easier word.
Small.
Small
Tiny.
Small
God damn
CD.
Thumbelina.
Little CD.
It's a little more technical than the little, I guess.
But Jesus Christ!
It's mini DVD is what they call it.
That's
Oh.
that's retarded. I think I should get that one.
What?
Micro CD is good.
Well, it has
Dude,
some
we
of them.
might
like-
have
Microdisc
discs.
sounds way
Digital.
more scientific
I
than
kind of like
tiny
little.
CD.
I kind of like little CD. That's a fun one.
Little dick.
Little dick, yeah. So that was the format medium for the storage for the games, which is capable of storing up to how much data? So those little discs.
Oh, the discs themselves?
Yeah, how much could they fit on there?
2 megabytes.
Seems like that.
5 gigs.
Okay, 5 gigs.
I'm going to say 3 gigs.
Wow.
Zach?
10 gigs.
And 1.5 gigs of data.
Damn.
Oh shit.
So the disc was developed by
Halfway there.
Matsushita Electric
Living on a tiny disc.
Industrial, which is now Panasonic, and used a proprietary copy protection scheme different than that of DVDs to protect from piracy. So although the GameCube was the first Nintendo console to move away from cartridge-based media, the Famicom Data Recorder, Famicom Disk System, SNES CD, and 64 Double D explored various complementary storage technologies. So this is the first one that's fully, but they had other ones that were like messing around with it. So the discs generally had space for the games on the console, but a few required extra discs, higher compression, or removal of content present in other console versions of titles. To contrast the space available, the Xbox and the PS2 DVDs had up to how much space?
I'll say 10 gigabytes.
Okay.
'Cause I didn't think that.
I'll go with 5 gigs.
I didn't think the Switch or that was going to be that small in the GameCube.
Yeah.
4.5 gigs.
So Craig said 6?
I
He said 5.
8.5.
Oh.
That's a lot of a difference.
Yeah.
You think that counts?
I
All right.
100% think that counts.
Plus 1.5 points.
Yes.
Where's my fucking points for the fucking 3 gigs? If he gets points for 10 gigs.
You're already in the league. Go fuck yourself.
Fine.
Whoa! Don't cave in.
If it's a degree of 1.5, I guess you get something. So the console was released with several different color motifs. So the system launched in what colors?
Purple, blue,
silver.
gray,
Purple, blue, and black.
black. Yeah, black's one.
and black.
Purple, blue, and black.
But there's a silver one. I've seen the silver one.
But is that a launch
Oh,
color?
and I think there was an orange one.
But is that a launch color?
I think so.
So Zach got the indigo, and somebody else said black.
I did.
Cam.
Okay, so Zach gets one. Cam gets one.
You didn't say no indigo.
And Quake
Well,
gets
that's purple.
nothing.
It's purple.
I said purple before he did.
No, I said it at the very beginning.
Lies.
He was saying purple this whole time.
And then Zach said silver, but it's technically platinum.
Oh, whoa.
But I'll give it to you. Craig got 2 points for it because there's a spice one that was released only in Japan, and that's the
Orange one?
The orange.
Stop
one.
jacking him
Do
off.
it. I knew there was
He
an
who
orange one.
controls the spice controls.
Yeah, what about the
the
Pikachu
universe.
one?
That one was later. I think that one was a special edition for I can't remember.
Yeah,
it was
this
Orange
is-
Launch
it was a
Edition?
special Pikachu
Yeah, it was
game.
launch in Japan.
Oh.
I remember the silver ones. That's the only other kind I've seen. Oh no, I think
Yeah.
I saw a black one too. Actually,
I've seen.
Didn't you own a black one?
no, I never owned one.
Oh, we can't get into that on the show.
Yeah, we
was-
can.
That hey, that was my ancestor. No, I'm just kidding.
So like
No,
I've
his
seen
ancestor is the
those
brown
3
one.
variants at DI. Like there's so many GameCubes at DI.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, there's tons.
Wow.
But apparently they still work. Like I've heard people just grabbing them for like $5 and just buying the cords like one of the game places and just plugging it in. It's great.
Nice. So Nintendo developed a stereoscopic 3D technology for the GameCube, and one launch title that supported it was remember the launch titles? The
Wait,
launch
what
titles?
was
Rogue Squadron 2.
Stereoscopic 3D technology, and one of the launch titles
For the
supported
sound?
this. Yeah, so it was like for 3D TVs.
Oh, cool.
it
It was Rogue Squadron 2.
Squadron supported it. That's the only one that makes sense.
There's only 2 options, so
Luigi's Mansion.
it is actually Luigi's Mansion.
God damn it.
Wait, the Star Wars game didn't do the 3D sound?
It makes more sense for Luigi's Mansion, though.
It does not!
Yeah, they were
it's their
making that
love
game
child.
spooky.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think that I would honestly have guessed Rogue Squadron, honestly, because it
A game
seems
that
like
could use it more.
yeah, a game that could use it more. But I guess the spookiness of the 3D, but it was never really enabled outside of development, and 3D TVs weren't really widespread at the time, and honestly never became much of a thing. So that was one of those things that they jumped on that they didn't actually work out too well. So the GameCube features 2 memory cards. Ports for saving game data. There were 3 official memory card options. How big were they?
512
12 inches.
megs.
I think 512 would have been the max.
I don't remember the other sizes. That's the only one I know.
Well, 512 KB, 212 MB, and the 8 MB. So
Oh. I guess save files aren't that large.
yeah, they're not too big on there.
Well, the freaking GameCube was weird about it too because they did blocks. They just called it blocks instead of saying how big it
And that's
actually
what the Switch
was.
does.
Yeah, because didn't they use it? How did their... If you look at the menu, wasn't it like... It was like blocked, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. Yeah,
So they took...
everything was cube.
So they took the suitcase from Resident Evil.
yeah, they
that
made
was your storage
That was your
system?
memory card.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
and you can upgrade your attaché case if you wish. Only at certain parts of the game, of course. So there are third-party cards with greater capacity, but those are the officially released ones. Nintendo learned from their past when developing their GameCube controller. So the shape mimicked that of the PlayStation DualShock, which was released in 1994. The controller featured how many buttons?
Oh, let's see.
7?
Not 7.
Yeah, are you sure? Because it's
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, do you like? There was like the 4, like the 4
11,
little.
including the
It's
start
more
and
because there's
select.
the 4 yellows as well. Or
Yeah.
singular
No, that was the
buttons.
stick.
Oh, there's-
You mean the D-pad?
Yeah, that's a button. Those are buttons, dude.
They can be, but it officially it has 8 buttons, 2 analog sticks, a D-pad.
I didn't count the analog
The
sticks.
fucking strong analog stick.
Yeah,
Grab my strong analog.
Yeah, they had they had the XB.
you got your limp dick and you got your strong.
They had A, B, X, Y, and then the 2 bumpers, and then the triggers, which count as buttons.
Oh, I
But they
wasn't-
only had one. They had 2 bumpers and then 1 trigger. Remember,
No, I
because
had
it's
the 2
like
triggers.
well, they have the 2 triggers.
So
and
is
then
it-
they
oh,
have
it's the one bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is 8 because it's like a big ass A button and then like the B is tiny and then the X and the Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird fucking controller. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, you said they learned from their mistakes. I was like, but did they really?
Well,
'Cause,
I think
like-
the big thing was
Well,
just
I mean,
the way you hold
The
it.
controller itself isn't as awkward as the N64 one.
Yeah, that was the big thing that they did.
I don't
they-
remember it being awkward though. Like,
Dude, there's fucking 3 handles.
you don't hold all 3 at once, dude.
I know, but you have to move from the
Well,
middle
you-
one
you
or
only-
to the the left one,
You
or
don't-
like
Whatever, dude. It's fine.
it's
You're
fucking
good.
awkward.
You don't
You're
because you
great.
can't. That's a problem. And so the games they'd have to like work around that shit. So one of the most visible differences with this new controller was the A button. So this button was given a larger size and was placed in the center of the controller, basically because it's the select button.
Yeah.
It's the button you use most. So they just made it big, which is it makes sense, but it is kind of a weird thing because no one else really did that, like ever. So they also added rubber to the analog sticks, thank God, and made the button layout more ergonomic.
They made it safe.
Yeah, to reduce the infamous what? It's a certain condition that people have when they play too long.
Carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel.
sweaty-
Damn it.
It's not an official name. It's like
Hitchhiker's thumb.
It's
Nintendo thumb.
Prostate cancer.
it is Nintendo Thumb.
Holy
That was the
shit.
nickname for it. It was like a big
It's
thing.
Mortal Kombat thumb.
Yeah,
What's Nintendo thumb? But yeah.
Low testosterone.
yeah, low testosterone thumb. Just tired. I mean, honestly, the GameCube is a lot. The controller is way less retarded than the 64 one. Honestly,
No, it is, but like at the same time, it looks ridiculous.
Yeah. Like I said before, their goal is to make the worst controller of all time every single time, and they have not failed. Like even the Wii U, it's like it's cool, but the controller.
Super Nintendo controller was good.
You're right. The Super NES was really good. It's just perfect. It's just like 4 buttons. It's small. It's just right. But the fucking
It had 6 buttons.
You're right. It did have the like X, Y,
It had X, Y,
A, B.
A, B, and then the 2 bumpers.
Does it have bumpers?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. That one was good, but then the 64 is terrible. The Switch.
The Z button at the bottom of the.
Yeah. The GameCube is stupid. The Switch, I guess, is fine.
Except for the drift.
It's a gimmick.
Except for like
The
I
Switch
feel like.
Lite is.
Or no, not the
makes
Switch.
you very
The
cramped.
the Wii.
Yeah,
They fucked
I
up
feel.
on that.
I feel like even with like the when you put
Even on the normal Switch, it's still a little
the
cramped.
switches are tiny. I feel like
Yeah.
they're giant, man. I'm like, oh, this is for children.
No. I meant the Wii. I think the Wii controller is actually good.
The Wiimote.
Yeah, it's a gimmick mode, but it's actually functional.
Yeah, if
The
you have a
fucking-
fucking nunchuck.
The Wii U is you have to have the biggest hands in the world, which is completely opposite of every other controller they've made, which is you have to have tiny ass hands. And then the Switch controllers just don't work after 5 minutes. So they've honestly fucked up almost every time except for the first time and then the Wii. Everything else is just fucking lame.
Are we just counting like launch controllers? Because I mean,
Yes.
they have the Pro controller now too.
Fuck,
Can-
don't
yeah. I
talk,
wouldn't
don't
count
even
Pro
talk.
controllers.
Nothing that
Don't
you have
talk
to
to
pay
me
extra
about
money to have.
That's
Are you gonna get a Pro controller twice?
Yeah, but I looked on Amazon and they're sold out to like October.
They have them at Walmart.
You can probably order one from GameStop and then go pick it up.
Okay, I think you're right about Walmart. I think I saw one the last time I was
Walmart
there.
should have some too.
So
I almost bought the little controllers. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, okay. I know they have knockoffs that I've seen that are a lot cheaper.
My brother
Yeah.
has a couple of the knockoff ones, and they work all right, but you can't turn on the controller with them.
No, and they're wired. I don't like this. It's
I mean,
wired.
not the controller. He has wireless ones, but you can't turn on the system with it. You have to like turn it on, and then you have to like sync it.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's weird, but they like last forever. They have a like
Because
super
they're using
long battery
sponsored by
time.
Blue Chew.
Yeah,
Last forever.
that's their power.
So, speaking of wireless
They have a
controllers,
battery of Blue Chew.
in 2002, Nintendo introduced the What wireless controller, the first wireless gamepad developed by a first-party console manufacturer.
Wow.
What's the title of it?
Wireless
Dolphin
GameCube
2.0.
controller.
It is related to the sea.
The octopus.
The Shark Pad.
No,
I was wondering if it was going to be something like with a Game Shark
Fin
along the
Connect.
lines.
Wavebird wireless controller.
The
is the
fuck?
name of it. it's
That's barely with the C. Fuck off.
Kind of a pelican, but like, no.
I mean, Pelican is a brand of.
I do remember
third party.
Wavebirds though. I had one.
Yeah, see, you could-
What's
you
it
could
like to
got it.
have not be? What's it like to not be poor?
Yeah,
It was like way.
You know what?
later,
I was
though.
actually talking to someone about something that made me laugh. Like when I first decided like Santa Claus wasn't a real thing. I got a box of like an N64 and a bunch of like games, and my mom's like, "Oh, look what Santa brought you!" And I like picked it up, and in the bottom it said GameStop. Like the sticker was still on it. I was like, "Fucking lied to me."
yeah. So the controller communicates via a receiver dongle connected to a controller
with
port
dongle.
on the console and requires 2 AA batteries. The What, as mentioned previously, allowed GameCube users to play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy
The
Advance.
link cable. I was gonna say quick connect. I don't know why.
So technically, the link cable is actually the multiplayer thing, but this is it's titled after. It's a very basic name. So
Link cable 2: The Reckoning.
It allows GameCube players to play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance.
Oh, it's the Game Boy something.
games.
It goes underneath. It hooks in.
The Game Boy.
The Game Boy connector or the what the fuck was that thing
The
called?
Game Boy Noose.
You said the name. You said the name earlier.
Yeah.
I think you should go with camera.
Game Boy Connect, Fin Connect,
It starts with a P.
Game Boy Phallus.
It's the Game Boy penis. Game Boy player.
It is Game Boy Player.
Woo!
That's the...
Oh yeah.
Thank you for inspiring me.
Wasn't it
Are
kind
you
of
a
round?
bard?
I think it was a square.
It's a square.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it
it hooks
square?
up.
I
So
thought
you
it
have
was-
like the thing, and it hooks up underneath,
Yeah.
and then you hook your thing.
Oh,
that's what my
that's right.
cousin
It
had.
was like a little tower thing because like you
Yeah.
stacked it on the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen. Yeah.
So my
I
cousin
remember
didn't
those.
have the cable and the little link thing. He had that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like another like a like thing that was kind of like rounded out that you attached to the GameCube?
I remember seeing something.
It was a fan.
I remember this guy who...
It could have
It's
been a
not-
fan.
it's
I don't.
not
I
like
remember
it.
something.
It was
though.
this guy. His name was Shadow. He's like the goth guy that always smells like BO.
That's
but
not a real name.
He would. I know it's not his real name, but that's what everyone would call him. He had his GameCube, and he had his little like GameCube setup where it had the TV, the monitor attached, and he would be playing Metroid Prime like all the time during lunch. He would just like plug it in, and he was just playing his GameCube at school.
That's big dick energy.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. He's the only person I've ever seen with that setup, and I'm like, I kind of want that. Like, even though it's outdated now, like I kind of want that for because the
It's
PlayStation
something that would
has
be
it
fun.
too.
It'd be something to be fun.
Yeah, it would be sweet to have.
Oh, yeah,
it's just
PlayStation
awesome.
did have that the little
The
TV
PS1, yeah.
inside the little transport.
Yeah.
thing.
Here, if we can find one for cheap when you get your house and we get our studio set up, we'll buy you one.
That would be sweet. So the Wii also supported backwards compatibility with the GameCube controllers, memory cards, and games. However, the Family Edition, released in 2011, and the Wii Mini, released in 2012, dropped all support for the GameCube hardware. A hybrid version of the GameCube with a commercial DVD player called what?
Biggest dickus.
Was developed by Panasonic as part of a deal involving the development of the GameCube's optical drive. It's one letter.
Cubicus Maximus.
L.
That's not quite one letter.
W for win.
C. It's called Q. They just called it Q.
God damn it.
This thing is weird looking. It actually looks really fucking cool, and it has like a DVD optical drive attached to it.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I don't remember ever seeing those, and there's a reason for that because it was only released in Japan in 2001, and low sales led to its discontinuation in December of 2003. So even though I didn't have a DVD player, people didn't care enough to buy the one with the DVD player because they already accepted the fact that this is basically a...
Well, yeah, they had a PlayStation 2 as well.
Yeah, that's true. They basically accepted...
Fucking everybody had a PS2, and they didn't need another DVD player.
It's true, yeah. I think that honestly probably hurt them. I think they would have done a lot better, I bet, with a DVD player.
That's honestly what like has propelled Sony like further is their ability to play like CDs and DVDs and stuff. And then when PS3 came out, they had the Blu-ray, which became the mainstay.
That's what won.
That was
yeah.
the only one that had the
So
Blu-ray
that's
too,
why it,
yeah,
like,
because
ended up being
Xbox
the big thing.
360 didn't until
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, and fucking Wii was using CD-RWs, for Christ's sake. Fucking ancient tech. It's like GameCube is like the Russians. Like, they have good stuff, but it's all old. It's just all old, you know? It's like fucking... It's the same that it was in the 60s. It's still powerful.
Oh, they went back to cartridges.
It's
with
just
the
old.
fucking
Exactly.
Switch.
They're just old. They're fucking old. They're just all old tech. Yeah, I think that did hurt him, though. And Sony is oddly on the ball with that. Like, with winning. The fucking PS3, like, it didn't win over the 360, but the
Over
format.
time, it did.
It's still sold less, but it's like a million less. It's like
well,
barely.
after they like got the like slim out, they like fucking
They caught up, yeah. It's the Wii, and then a decent gap, and then the 360, and then like right behind it is the PS3.
it's not that much of a gap between 360 and PS3.
Yeah, and you got to wonder how many of those were people buying them twice for the 360.
half.
I know. I don't know of one person. Oh no, I probably do. That's only had one 360. Most people I know of have had to replace it at least once.
If they got one of the first waves, they most likely replaced it.
yeah. So sadly, we didn't get this thing. It looks kind of cool. It looks like a weird futuristic box. But I don't know. Everyone, like you said, everyone had a PS2, so fuck it. So 8 GameCube games supported network connectivity, 5 with internet support, and 3 with LAN support. So fuck you if you want to play more than like 4 people on this console. So the only internet-capable games released in Western territories are RPGs titled what? Same series.
RPGs.
Wait, what?
They're RPGs.
What was the question again?
These are internet games, online games for the GameCube.
For GameCube?
And they're all from one series.
Final Fantasy.
Sadly, no.
Oh.
That would be cool if you could play like FF11 on a GameCube.
Online RPG.
I don't know what
for
online RPGs are on the
GameCube.
GameCube.
It's a series
Fantasy
that's
Star?
Dragon Quest.
Phantasy Star. What?
Oh, yeah.
Online?
Phantasy Star Online. What?
Fuck you, I have it. I pulled that out of my ass and I got it.
You're the only one who's ever played.
Well, you
fucking
better
Fantasy.
search, you better search your ass a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a little left in there. You gotta get a little more out. I'm kidding. It's okay. So it's Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2, Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 Plus, which is horseshit that they count that as 2 online games because that's bullshit. And then there's another Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 Card Revolution. So I'll give Craig the point for Phantasy Star Online. All 3 of them, though, all Phantasy Star Online games, the only online compatible games for the GameCube. And this is a time, I mean, we got to remember, online stuff wasn't nearly as big until like the 7th gen, right? The PS3, the Wii, and the Xbox 360. But PlayStation 2 and Xbox especially, like online was becoming a thing, and Xbox
they
dominated
had that with
it.
Halo 2 that was like explosive.
Halo 2 was big, and even Sony got into the online game. It wasn't
Sony
like
had like Final Fantasy 11,
And,
which was like a huge thing.
Oh, yeah.
They made like an MMO for the console.
it lasted forever too. It was a long running game on the PlayStation 2. They had the Resident Evil Outbreaks that were online. They had Siphon Filter, Omega Strain. I played that online a couple rounds actually back in the day. It was cool. It worked smooth as fuck. I mean, the game looks like shit, so you'd think it would, and it did. It ran perfectly.
It didn't have the loading times of Outbreak.
No, actually, it was actually pretty good. It was great. Outbreak's loading times suck fucking ass, especially online. It's even worse. And because the reason why it's even worse is in the single player, when someone's down on the ground and you go out a door, it's loading time for the NPCs and you. But online, the person that's on the ground is just quickly dying while you're loading screening your way into the room that they're in to pick them up. So it's awful. It's fucking awful.
That's funny.
You cannot go down or you will die. You will fucking die. So I think this is another misstep from GameCube and Nintendo at this time, because they didn't really focus on the online. Like 3 games, all Western, like all RPGs, Phantasy Star Online. I've never played a second of Phantasy Star Online, but that was it.
They had one on PSP, and I played like a demo or something for it. So that's like how I know that series exists.
I knew of it because I know it was a big deal for Nintendo. Yeah, so I think that's one of the big pain points for them. So the official servers for the Phantasy Star Online games were decommissioned in what year?
2013.
2008.
What was yours, Cameron?
I was going to say 2006. It doesn't make sense. So
I'll give it to both Cameron and Craig. 2007 was when they officially brought down those games. But like many great,
it was a long run.
It is a pretty good run. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be when they ended this whole, like the support as a whole.
Crazily, no. But players can still connect to private servers set up by God tier fans, is what I wrote down here. Like, there's some crazy communities out there that still have servers for these old ass games. Like,
you were playing on a server for that Outbreak, and
that one's quasi pirated, but they do have Japanese servers for Outbreak File 2 still in Japan, and that game came out in 2007. It's fucking old. So yeah, they still have fan servers out there. And yeah, mine is technically a fan server, although I had to steal it. But they say don't do that. But honestly, I don't know how the fuck they expect you to play it without doing that. But yeah. So I love that people still do that. It's awesome. I think it's great. So Japan received 2 additional online games titled what? One of these you'll never get unless you're truly a beast.
Panther
Just
Stealer
for the
2.
GameCube?
Yeah, still the GameCube, just online in Japan only.
Okay.
Only one of them is a Japanese name. So that one's the one you're fucked on because it's a mouthful. It's the first time I've ever said that about a Japanese man. I mean, Japanese game. Sorry, not man.
Tell us all that you know about Japanese men and other men.
Not much. Not much.
Apparently enough, though.
The bathhouse reveals many secrets.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Is that a big clit or is that a tiny penis? Speaking of a conversation we had before we got on the show.
Okay, let's see. A Japanese game for online on the GameCube. Is one a game we would kind of know?
I've heard of one of them, but the other one I had no clue. One, okay, so I'll just give it to you. It's Homeland, which is a cooperative RPG, and then a baseball game titled Jikyo Powerful Pro Yakyu 10.
Well, fuck you.
No idea. No idea. So it's a baseball game and a co-op RPG game. So 3 racing games have LAN multiplayer modes. What are these 3 racing games for the GameCube?
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Correct.
Thank you for the point.
I got it, fucker.
I said it before you.
I get the whole title.
Oh, yeah? So you get half a point.
What's that F1 racer type of thing? With the cat.
I think it's like a
Captain
catch grab
Falcon
thing.
on it.
It's got to be like something like niche. That's not a real
There's another
racer.
big one that's a Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
character.
Sonic Racers.
No, but there is another. There's a bullshit one that Cameron's thinking of, I think.
Yeah.
It's got a really tough name. You probably never get that one.
It's the one with.
Yeah. Wait, there's another racer with a Nintendo character?
Yes.
Metroid Racer.
No.
I know that.
Falcon Punch.
Oh! F-Zero!
Yeah. I said F1, not F-Zero.
No.
Damn it.
What? It's not F-Zero? They didn't... Okay.
Go fuck yourself.
That's lame. F-Zero is Captain Falcon's game, by the way.
Yeah.
I said F1.
So the 3 titles that use multiplayer modes, LAN connection, 1080 Avalanche, Kirby Air Ride.
Wait, 1080
Oh,
Avalanche is
Kirby?
the snowboarding, right?
I think that might be actually a snowboarding
That's
game.
cool borders.
For fuck's sake, I don't think I ever would have got that Kirby one.
Kirby Air Ride. That was.
you didn't, so we know you wouldn't have.
True.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, when I think Kirby games, like, if there's, like, other games... Kirby has, like, a bunch of, like, mini games in them, usually. So, like, that's why I would have thought that would be, like, a mini game in a Kirby game.
Yeah. So these games can also be forced over the internet.
Plus, I never played Air Ride.
I haven't played any of these, honestly. Maybe the Mario Kart. I don't
Probably
remember which
played Double
one.
Dash.
I don't think I've ever played Double Dash. I played the other ones, but I don't think I've ever
I
played
feel like we played Double Dash at, like, Dylan's place before.
Yeah, probably. These ones could be forced over the internet with third-party PC software capable of tunneling the GameCube's network traffic. So in order to play online, players must install an official broadband or modem adapter into their system. Nintendo never commissioned any servers or internet services to its interface with the console, but did allow publishers to do so, making the publishers solely responsible for managing the online experience for their games. So they kind of took the same approach that they did with the design of the console, where it was like, we're just going to give you the good hardware that's easy to get into and try to make it a third-party thing. But again,
That's better, in a way.
I think it is, but it again didn't work for them very well because they didn't have any sort of like structured online. And what we've seen with online gaming is the only time it started getting really big was when they started to structure it. When we got Xbox Live, that was the start of everything getting great.
Yeah.
And then PS2 had their online, which was like, oh, it's fun. There's some good games. There's some fun times, but it wasn't a big deal. And then PS3, 360, and Wii, they all had their own online like services, and then that's when it started to really pick up. So
Listen, Cameron, I fucked myself on Bumble because I chose
fuck
like
is Bumble?
4 girls in a row that were blonde hair, blue eyed, and it fucked me. So I don't get any goth chicks on there, and it's pissing me off. So I'm trying to cycle through them all until I get to my treasure trove. It's not working.
Bumble.
I just look over and he's just left swipe, left swipe, left swipe, left swipe. Just
Dude, they don't look interesting at all, man. They all look like cookie cutter Mormon chicks, and I hate that.
Bumble, is that like you're
I
bumbling
thought you
your
wanted
way
to live
through?
in a Nazi paradise.
I don't want to.
You're bumbling your way through relationships. Is that what the Bumble is
Yeah,
for?
because I don't like commitment.
well, Bumble's the one where girls get to choose first.
Yeah.
So if you can't talk to them unless they reach out to you.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to like turn a few ones down because they're like, "Oh, are you LDS? You didn't put it in your thing," and I'm like, "Well, I didn't put it in there because I'm not."
Yeah,
It's annoying.
that's a weird name for a dating app.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the online thing again. I think honestly the online thing was one of the things that hurt him, and
They just weren't interesting.
the multi-tap, like the multiplayer racing thing too. Like they only had a few things that really did LAN parties, and this was like the beginning of the LAN party. Like Halo was a big fucking deal, and Halo like perfected a lot of the stuff that we have today.
God, dude, I miss
the Xbox.
those, man.
I missed Halo too. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
God, dude.
Playing that online was so fucking
So
good.
one of like not Halo, but like when the Ultimate Alliance came out, that was one we used to play a lot too.
Yeah.
It was 4-player couch co-op and just hang out in my buddy's basement, and then if you like died, like you'd switch the controller off and then like just keep going. It was just fun. Like I miss that shit.
Yeah, I miss the LAN parties. So the GameCube generally received positive reviews and was praised for what three things? What did they praise the GameCube for? One of the things we already
Space.
Cubeness.
very, very cube.
Space graphics.
I don't think they do graphics. I don't think it was as good as
Tremendously
Xbox.
cube. It's very
Tremen-
square.
It's carry handle.
the best cube.
Yeah, it's very square.
The greatest cube.
No one makes squares like we do.
This
The
cube.
first party library.
I would say multiplayer games, like couch co-op games too. Probably like more like accessibility to like friends and family because
Yeah,
of how many like
multiplayer.
multiplayer titles there were.
Okay. So they got praised highly for the controller, the extensive library, and high quality games. You guys said games, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said the library.
I'll give you and Zach a point. Cube points. Yeah, cube should have been like 10.
I also
That's
said
the 10
I also
point-
said controller. I don't know
That's
if you
the
remember.
10-point secret answer. Yeah. That's the cube is the 10 plus 10 points for the secret answer. It was praised
The
for its
double daily
cube.
double.
Yeah. This is the daily double.
This cube gave us so many jobs.
It was praised for its cube. This is the most cube console ever. I am positive of that. It's the cube.
so much cube.
Nothing
the best
else.
cube console.
Nothing else even comes close.
I never thought I'd ever want to fuck a square.
The other ones are just rectangles.
But I put in its little
Yeah.
port.
And we took a square and we gave it sides, and then it became
Dude,
the cube.
just the next thing. It's just the next release just needs to be like a fucking box cubed, and it's completely wireless. There's no ports, nothing
It's
to put
just
it
a
in.
fucking square.
Yeah.
It's all digital. Oh my
Just-
god!
yeah,
You
it's
have
all,
to
it's
feel
all
around to,
digital,
like, turn
and
it
it's
on.
only and it's only wireless. You don't turn it on. It's just
You
cube.
just turn on the controller, and then, yeah, the controller turns on cube. And it has like wireless connection to your TV
Dude,
and
it
internet
should-
and power.
It should
Yeah.
have like smoke, like a
cube.
smoky like outside. So you
controller
can't see
itself.
it.
and
is a
it's
cube.
It's the first waterproof console.
Cube does not. Cube can take on water because Cube is sealed off from the world.
That's do you want Terminators? Because that's how
and
you
then-
get
And then
Terminated.
basically, it's either by that time we make it to where wireless power is a much more standard thing, but still you could just put it on one of those wireless charging pads.
Yeah, Cube charging pad.
They
That's
should
the-
like have it so like when you look at it, you don't see
The
anything.
only
But when
part
you
of
turn it
cube
on, like it just
that
starts
isn't
like lines
ethereal
of color.
is the controller.
Dude, it could just totally be just a motion sensor thing too.
Yeah, Cube doesn't even make sound.
I don't want to
Cube
know
is
my house is on
silent.
it.
Cube doesn't make sound; it vibrates air.
Liquid cube.
Yeah, they should just come out with the Cube. It's like that's like the Tesla gaming console. It's just Cube. No fucking holes, no nothing. It's just a fucking box.
Gotta get my cube.
You gotta get me cube.
Did you pre-order? Did you pre-order the
get me
Cube?
Do we need to go to Bendigo?
So anyway, yeah, it was praised for those three things. The largest downsides were what? What were the things that they didn't like?
Mario.
Online probably wasn't super good.
The size of the discs, because children would lose them.
Yeah,
Children are obsessed with those.
Probably
discs.
just how limited the disc size, just not a lot of space on them.
Yeah, so it was the exterior design, which is funny because the cube was life. It was God.
Cam loves the most. It's the thing that was.
They didn't like the cube.
What about the handle? What about the cube handle? Everybody loves the cube.
You just got to fucking cube them.
How can you not like the cube, though? Because it just fits so perfectly into, like, everything.
It does, yeah. And the handle, I honestly do think you could kill a man with the GameCube. Like, holding that handle.
They did a test. They did a test where they dropped consoles from the top of a building, and the GameCube survived.
Oh, wow.
PlayStation, dead. Xbox,
PlayStation, dead as fuck, yeah.
Fucking cube hits, nothing. I think, like, part of, like the sides fell off. They snapped them back on, and they played it.
Wow. So you could brain somebody with
Well,
it. It's just strong enough to...
When it's the apocalypse, that's what we need to, like, just
Cube is
we just have,
superior
like, a
shape.
warehouse full of GameCubes. What to bash this man's brains in.
I'll give you all a point for the library thing, because that's a big thing they
The
complain
morning
about.
cube.
Nice. That's
Some just Dark Rider in black armor just rides up and just don't drops you.
Oh, man. So the console ended up selling how many million units?
7.5.
Why did you give us the million number? You just said how many units did it sell? You said how many million units.
Well, they're all millions nowadays.
Okay.
Because remember, the market's like, it's 3.
I'm gonna go with 4.5.
4.5?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you do again. That's a pretty low ball. That's like, well...
No. He answered.
I always tend to highball.
That is true.
That's why I went.
Get those
'Cause
balls. You need to drop
this is-
those
I know
balls.
that this is the least selling one. That's why I was like,
It is.
12 million.
Okay. 12. What about you, Zach?
I said 7.5.
None of you are really close. 21.74
I was
million.
thinking 20,
Wow.
but that's way too much.
Apparently not.
Before being discontinued in 2007. So how many units did it sell in the first 3 days of its sale in Japan? So what you guys mentioned earlier, someone mentioned earlier about like the release of this thing.
First 3 days,
Yeah, and it was a big release
300,000 units.
in Japan, yeah. And
let's go 230,000.
okay, Zach, you got to guess?
You said 330?
230.
231,000.
Cameron is closest. It was between 280 and 300,000 units in the first 3 days of its sale
Holy shit.
in Japan.
They only shipped 500,000, right?
Yes. Yeah, so they sold...
So they sold like 3/5. That's insane.
It was fast. When Cameron said earlier that it was the fastest seller, it was. It was the fastest selling one in the beginning. It did not... It fell off hard, but it was selling like crazy. So they sold how many $1 million worth of GameCube products in North America?
Worth of GameCube products? So like the accessories and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, a ton.
In like the
So
beginning.
does this include the console itself?
Yes. It's like all stuff in the beginning. Like,
Fuck, dude. I can't guess a number like this.
Dude, Cameron's been guessing them like crazy, so I
I
think
know.
I'm just waiting for him to get his answer, get his spot on again.
it's how many
Well, if you want to go
dollars worth.
so this is all time, right?
No, this is in the beginning. This is like
Just
when
the
they
beginning?
launched, yeah.
Just the launch. Okay, so if you think
What's the time frame then?
so, if they were going, if the cubes were being sold for
you know?
199, so that's and that sold. And this is Japan or also America?
It's-
Because we only said how many units were
it's-
sold right at the beginning and released in Japan.
It's North America the first 3 days.
So did we
North
ask the
America
question
first
how many
3
units
days,
were sold?
everything?
Everything. Dollar. It's just dollar amount of Nintendo GameCube shit. All shit. Games.
2.5 million.
$2.5 million?
Yeah.
No, it's more than that.
God damn it!
I'm
'Cause so if you think
gonna-
about it,
I'm
it's
gonna
a
say
console
18
is
million.
199. But
That's-
this is the
that's
first
just
3
my
days,
guess,
and
18.
then because we don't know how many units were sold in North America, we just know how many units were sold in the first 3 days in Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
You can't Google it.
And
I'm not
so,
going to Google it. I'm gonna do some
reasonably, if they release
calculations.
100,000 units and then they maybe sold around 500,000 units in North America, maybe around there. No, that seems a little bit much. Let's go 400,000
I'm going to go
units.
60 million. I'm changing my answer.
60 million?
Yep.
You don't get any points because you're on your
$85.4
phone.
million.
$100 million
Damn it.
worth of GameCube products, which is crazy. It was big.
See,
Yeah.
all I did was I did 300,000 times 200.
Yeah.
But it's but products. That includes games.
I
and
know,
stuff
but
that.
I just
You just lowballed a little.
yeah.
So it was a big release. How many units did it sell in the U.S. as of December 2001?
God damn it. I said 400,000 units.
As a-
400, no, let's go 500,000 units around that.
So the full year then after it came out, or just the month?
Let's see.
I thought we were still in the first 3 days.
It was December 1st, 2001. That was that, and then it came out in 2001. Yeah, I think it came out in November. It was like mid-November.
So
in
like
the
a
US.
month,
So it was about a
essentially?
month. Yeah. And remember they
Why are we getting month stats now?
they brought
because
well
he
they
doesn't.
they brought
it's just-
in
He just gives us the data he finds.
they brought in 500,000 to begin with for North America, but
So this is so we're doing North America now.
yeah, just
No,
North America.
Remember, North America was 700,000 units.
Oh no, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is still in the launch sequence, so they wouldn't have
Okay.
replenished these just yet. So it has to be 700,000 or less.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
we're guessing the products that were sold.
Just the units of consoles.
So I'm guessing somewhere around 5.5, 500,000.
I'll do 400,000.
500,000. No, 600,000.
I want to
Yeah.
see Cam's right.
Cameron's right. 600,000 is second guess. That in the first month.
Six-
That only
Seven-
leaves you a surplus of 100,000 units, so they guess kind of on the nose how much they're going to need for that release.
Yeah, they did a good job of delaying it by. It was only 2 weeks, but
But it made all the difference.
yeah. So the console not only sold fewer units than Sony and Microsoft's entries this generation, but was also outsold by the N64, which is crazy. Which sold about 33 million units.
The N64 though, at least growing up, when I grew where I grew up, that was the system to have.
Yeah.
PlayStation was great, and that's why I was kind of mad. I got a PlayStation. I was like, oh, my friends have this.
Everybody had the 64.
Yeah, everyone had 64.
And it's crazy because the PlayStation outsold it by a shit ton.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But I know what you mean. All my guys, the guys that I hung out with that played games, they usually had a 64.
Yep.
And so it's weird. It did outsell the Dreamcast, of course. While many of Nintendo's first-party games saw strong sales, the third-party's titles typically sold much better on other main consoles of this generation. This led many third-party developers to scale back or eventually cease supporting the GameCube. The two exceptions to this rule were Sega's I'll just give it to you. Sonic Adventure 2 and Super Monkey Ball, which actually sold better on the GameCube. The Super Monkey Ball, everyone remembers that, right? So there were companies such as Eidos that eventually ended support and canceled titles for the GameCube release. But they eventually did return to release hit titles such as what?
Oh, Eidos, I've heard of that one.
Eidos, they're the guys that do Hitman. They're not Hitman titles, but there's two big-ass games that came out on this. One of them is a game that you guys just reviewed. It's in that series, anyway.
Tomb Raider 6?
It's Tomb Raider something.
Legend of the Tomb Raider. Or Tomb Raider Legacy.
I don't remember what
Really
all
close.
their fucking titles are.
You mixed.
What number is it?
Legacy of the
They're
Tomb
all
Raider.
numbered.
Taint
What
of the
fucking
Tomb Raider.
number is it?
No,
Taint
this
of the
one's
Tomb
not.
Raider.
This one's not numbered.
That ass of the Tomb Raider.
How is it not numbered? They're all numbered.
It's just Tomb Raider Legend. This is when
so
they.
I had it. Get out of here.
Well, you said
Legacy.
Legend of the Tomb Raider.
Then I said, yeah, whatever. That still counts.
I'll give it to you. But the other one is a big game. A
Tomb
very.
Raider Legend? Are you sure that's not one?
Yeah, I remember that game. I remember Tomb Raider Legend on the PC. I saw it. This is a big ass series, and it's from a. I'm gonna kind of give it away, but you guys just
Wait, the other game?
yeah, the other game. It's a game that was based on a physical world building toy.
Lego. Mega
Army
Box.
Men?
No, it is Lego, but what Lego game?
Lego
they-
City.
Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars, yeah.
Oh,
they broke
dude.
they broke their fuck you for the release of Lego Star Wars, which I'm pretty sure that was the first Lego game, right?
That was, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember those being.
Dude, so because you and the boy were playing the Lego, weren't you?
it was Lego Jurassic Park.
Are you going to get the Skywalker Saga?
Probably, yeah. I like them.
I think
they're fun.
I don't usually play the Lego games, but I think I'm going to make an exception for the Star Wars.
They're really funny.
Well, because so Star Wars one's like fully voiced and everything, so I'm kind of like, okay, like
Yeah, they do a good job with those games. They're the comedic relief in them is always amazing too. Like
really.
I've watched the Lego Lord of the Rings all cutscenes online before. And it's fucking hilarious. There's like the part where the Gondor guys come up and then they're like doing like all these weird like dances and then they like surround Aragorn and they're all leaning back in their saddles like with their spears out and then like they do like the carousel dance coming up. Like, oh no, it's the Riders of Rohan. That's what it is. Like,
Oh my God.
Riders of Rohan, and then they surround them and they're just like fucking around. And then the other part that I fucking die at every time I watch it is Saruman and Gandalf when Gandalf escapes. And like Saruman's like yelling after him when he's flying away on the big winged thing. He just like chucks his fucking scepter at him. It's like,
Is that one fully voiced?
yeah, it is.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
The Lego games they have some weird glitches sometimes, but like they're really funny. So
The one I've like been tempted to play the most is the third Batman one because I heard that one's pretty good.
I think I have that one too. I haven't played it though.
I heard it's good and it's fully voiced. It was like the first fully voiced one.
Yeah,
I've heard that was
the voices. It's the Jurassic Park one I really like because I love those movies. And the fun thing in there is the fucking second movie. It's when he's having the dream of the raptors and the plane. And oh no, you're right. It is the third one. And he has the dream where it says Alan, and then like it goes to Ian Malcolm's character, and it's like it's a fucking raptor with a fro, and then he's like he says like Doctor whatever, like yeah, he's like Doctor. No. What's the Alan's last name? Grant. Yeah. He's like Dr. Grant. And it's like the raptor with the black
Tomb Raider
afro.
Legend is Tomb Raider 7, by the way.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh, well,
I was off by 1.
Too bad you didn't say the right name.
Yeah, or number. But yeah, those games are always super fun.
I did say the right one. I said Tomb Raider before Zach. 'Cause he's a bitch.
They broke their cock block for those
Stealing
two.
my name. Stealing my fucking guesses.
So there were other third-party games that were originally intended to be GameCube exclusives, such as What, that eventually ported to other systems to maximize profits following lackluster sales of the original GameCube version. It was a big game that was going to be exclusive, and they released it on PlayStation 2 later. And every console since then, basically.
Skyrim.
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4, yeah. I know, it's fucking great.
That's a good game.
But it was supposed
Did you just
to
give
be...
that point to Zach, you piece of shit?
Sorry. He loves the
How
game.
many points have you given to Zach that were meant for me?
He loves the game. I gave him a point. He's to get the love.
Yeah, we're like the Resident Evil bros.
It's a
on this
love
podcast,
point.
So we have to do it. It's a love
You don't even like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I like fucking Resident Evil 7 and 2.
So Resident Evil 4, though, are you excited to play it on PS5 when they
Yeah.
do the
I
remake?
honestly, I've only played the PS2. I never played all the other ones.
The one I played was on PS4. I played the PS4 one.
Is it pretty good?
It's pretty fun.
All right. I probably ought to
But
get
I'm
it.
saying with the eventual remakes of the series,
Oh, I'll play it. Yeah.
dude, I'm stoked.
I think it's
hope good.
ridiculous to release it already. Because, like, honestly, to me, the remakes have been making 4 more canonized. And so it's weird to remake 4 as well.
I think I wish the thing I want is for it to be more horror, because it's not horror, it's action. I'd like a more horror based 4.
I think the scariest enemy in the universe,
Oh, the one
the Regenerator, yeah, that's the scariest enemy in all Resident Evil.
I used this cat has passed away, but I had a cat that sounded just like the Regenerators. Yeah,
So it would be like,
yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, and so like,
Did you kill it or did it die?
It
Like,
died.
because I would have probably.
dude,
I don't know if I could have handled that.
She was 19 when she died. She's
God
old.
damn.
But so we were. I had a buddy who like loved the game, but it like made him jump, and we were outside, and we were like, he's. And he's like freaking the fuck out. He's like, what is that? What is that? What is that? I'm like, it's my cat.
It's like Slender Man in this game, Cameron. It's like a really tall, like gray, just gross looking dude.
You can only there's like 3 hotspots to hit, but they're
Yeah.
all different, and you have to have like
Thermal.
a thermal to see it.
Yeah.
That actually sounds familiar.
And you turn around and it's like this like really tall dude that's like twitching and like slowly coming at you. It's not fun. The guys in 3, the gray men or whatever in 3 are basically the same thing. Those guys are like burn victims though. Like their skin has just been like melted and they're really tough. But these ones they scared me in that game. They scared the shit out of me. But yeah, that game's mostly like it's like the difference between horror and like a thriller movie. Like it's like Silence of the Lambs versus like Hostel.
The Regenerators were like the best villains in that game. I feel like they were just terrifying.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say like
What does that sound?
I don't know. That's what I'm just wondering too.
Huh, weird. We just got some weird like audio hiccup. I wonder if that's going to come through.
I don't know if it was his phone vibrating that did it. If
No,
he got
'cause
a
it's,
text.
it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Well, all right. I guess we'll have to edit that out if it's part of it. It could just be our audio though. So
Little
yeah,
E in the background.
yeah,
The what?
Hear a little interference in the background, sounds like.
yeah. Sorry, that was very distracting. Resident Evil 4. Yeah, they eventually ported it to other systems. There we go. So one of the largest consumer electronic retailers in the UK, Dixon's, actually removed all GameCube consoles, accessories, and games from its stores in March of 2003. So they were like flushing that shit out. And a fellow UK retailer, Argos, ended up cutting the price of the console over 50 euros below the current SRP for the console just to kind of get rid of them. While sales sagged and millions of consoles sat unsold, Nintendo halted the production of the GameCube for how many months of 2003? So we're 2 years in, not even 2 years, like a year and a half in, and they stopped for.
I'm gonna say 5 months.
Okay. All right. The only answer is 5.
What was the question?
How many months did they?
Bitch.
So in 2003, they
So
like
they
stopped.
took everything. Yeah,
They stopped production for how long?
I'm gonna say 12 months.
Okay.
5 months makes sense, but so 12 months is a year. Let's do 6 months, half a year.
Nah, nobody gets it. They stopped for 9 months, which is crazy because you got to remember this thing came out in like late 01.
Yeah.
So they had already stopped just to kind of reduce their surplus. A price drop for the console to how much on September 24th?
150. Damn it.
2003. It's not 150.
Oh.
180.
125.
200.
It was 199.
It started at 200.
Oh, that's right.
They dropped it down to.
That's it.
They
I'm gonna
dropped it
say-
to 190.
I'm gonna go with my original. Say what? Did anyone say 150? Because that was my original.
Yeah,
one.
he said he wasn't 150.
129.99.
Yeah, nobody gets it. 99.99
Fuck! I almost said 100. God damn it!
on September 24th, 2003.
They cut it in half.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? That's like nuts. And this is still, like I said, it's not even 2 years old, and it's already half the price. And also another thing that bolstered the sales was the release of a game that someone mentioned.
Metroid Prime.
Not Metroid Prime.
Metroid.
It's a blank
Super Metroid.
bundle that rebounded the console.
Oh, it was
sales.
Legend of Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda collection.
Legend of Zelda. What's the name of it?
Fuck
Legacy
off!
collection.
I said the Legend of Zelda collection. That's close enough.
I'm pretty sure it's Legacy collection, isn't it?
It's Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition.
Oh,
bundle.
collector's edition. Yeah, that thing had like every Legend of Zelda, and then it had a demo for
How much?
Wind Waker.
How
on
much
it.
does that go for now? Is it? I bet it's an
It's probably
expensive
a lot.
thing. I bet it's
like a lot.
That's
I was gonna say, I
Yeah,
bet it's one
it
of
had
those.
all of them, and then like a 20-minute demo for Wind Waker.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude, the one I've always wanted to play
it
that
came
I
out
never
like
played is
I
Twilight
think a couple
Princess.
months before Wind Waker did.
Dude, that's baller.
Yeah, it was fucking sweet. I had that version of the GameCube. It came out with that thing, and I got it. And
Oh,
then
cool.
we lost like the disc or something because we don't have it anymore,
Oh,
which sucks because that thing is worth a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. That's a pretty bitchin' release, honestly. Nintendo also released a demo disc titled "What" as part of a console bundle. This kind of helped them out too.
A demo disc.
Games in shit. Games in
Close. I cannot really.
A demo disc for what?
For GameCube stuff.
Just like a
For like all GameCube games?
Yeah, it was just like a demo disc. It was another thing that they claim helped sales. I don't know how, but
I mean, I could see it helping sales if it like got interest into like other games.
yeah, it's just called the GameCube Preview Disc. Super fucking lame name.
Huh.
But I guess that was one of the bundles. They had like a. It's funny because now they bundle actual games. It's like I got Last of Us 2 with my PS4 or Last of Us 1.
Yeah.
And Cameron got Black Ops 3. Isn't that what you got
With your what?
with his PS4?
Oh, I think I got Destiny with mine.
No, I got.
Oh no, I got Shadow of War. Or the first one.
No, I got the COD that no one plays.
Ghost.
Was it Advanced Warfare?
No, actually, what did I get?
I
Because
thought
I
it
remember
was-
getting a game that I'd never wanted to play.
I thought it was Black Ops 3 because
Maybe it was Black Ops 3, you're right.
I love Black Ops.
Because that is a game that none of us wanted to play.
So I think I'm one of the reasons Toys R Us went out of business because when I bought my PS4 from them, he like I didn't realize like the game would come as like a code to get on the store or whatever. So they gave it to me and I was like, "Hey, aren't I supposed to get one of these games?" And he's like, "You know what? You're right." And they did. So I got 2 games for it.
And that you're not the reason, but that is why they're going out of business.
yeah, their store sucks.
Well, it's non-existent, almost.
I think they've
non-existent.
opened up. It's also been rebought, and so it's different now. But yeah,
Well, so no. What happened
Looks
is
like
like
that Legend
they
of
only
Zelda-
died in the U.S. Canada has them. Europe has them.
yeah, it's crazy though because I went in there during their closing sale, and there was stuff that was still less online by like
Oh yeah,
a good amount.
they're holding strong.
I was like, these guys they're just way overpriced. And
The
the store
Legend of
looks like
Zelda
shit.
Collector's Edition is $90 on Amazon. So there's a price drop.
I was gonna say-
I have seen it at around like $300.
I was
before.
gonna say with how like much traction Zelda, like Legend of Zelda gets, I would have expected it to be a lot more.
Yeah,
It probably dropped because they did like the Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time remix for 3DS.
Yeah,
you
that
know,
makes sense.
it's funny they do that, but then games like Suikoden 2, it's still worth like $400.
Well, the physical
that's
copy
digital.
still is like impossible.
I think
to
it's because
find.
they didn't make very many copies.
Yeah, they didn't.
And it's a
make very
it's a
many.
game that a lot of people really love, so it's popular but not popular.
Yeah, one of the reasons that Valkyrie Profile is still like super expensive is because they didn't make any of them, and then like they only have a digital copy of it in like Europe
yeah, and then the remake, the Lenneth, of course,
for the
but
PSP. Yeah,
it didn't change the. It's
they have
weird.
it on phones now, which is weird to me.
Yeah, it's just funny how some games, when they get like re-released, it doesn't actually affect the rarity or the price of the original.
Yeah,
But like sometimes it does. But I guess it's just those limited release runs that are just worth a shit ton no matter what. $90 is pretty good for a GameCube game, though. That's like pretty pricey.
that's
Yeah.
around how much I think Melee is.
God. All right. So this began a pretty steady period for sales, especially in Japan. But the GameCube's third place would never be overcome due to weak sales outside of Japan, especially. So Iwata, the head, initially told investors that the GameCube would sell 50 million units by March 2005, but ended up at 21.7 million by the end of 2006.
Did they fire him?
I think they did eventually fire him. Yeah, because now it's a different guy, right? That's the head of Nintendo. I can't remember what his name is, but I thought it was one of the old game directors.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so this guy did get fired. I'm not sure if it was because of this, but that's pretty crazy low compared to what they told the investors. So they probably kicked his ass out. So the GameCube had what percentage of the gaming market share?
Around 15%.
Okay.
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna say 35.
Yeah, feeling 35. But I'm going to stay at 15.
I'll go with like 26.
Cameron is pretty close. It's actually 13%.
Wow.
Which was tied with the Xbox, but well below the PlayStation 2's 60% of the game market.
That's exactly why I went that low.
Yeah, 'cause PS2 was killing it. Many games that debuted on the GameCube have spawned popular Nintendo franchises, such as
Metroid, or no, not Metroid. Animal Crossing,
Oh, yeah,
Pikmin.
Katamari.
I have 4 games here.
4 games. Have I picked any of them yet?
You have picked 1.5.
What do you mean 1.5?
Well, you said Metroid, but it's not.
Metroid Prime?
Yes, okay. They're different series, man. I don't know
It's
what the
true.
fuck-
Metroid Prime is its
That's-
own trilogy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah, sure. That's the. But Mario, it's Super Mario. That's not its own
Because
thing.
I respect a strong woman, Schweiss.
Jesus.
I gotta bring feminine
So
to the show.
you got Pikmin and Metroid Prime. Those
Luigi's
are two. That
Mansion?
is
Yeah.
another one.
Oh, it's a Super Smash Bros.
No, Smash Bros. Started on 64.
Oh, that's right.
GameCube.
It's obviously Godzilla Fighters.
And Pikmin wasn't one of them?
Pikmin is one. Yeah.
Oh, Pikmin was one.
So you've got 3 of the 4.
Animal Crossing wasn't?
Splatoon.
No, it's called Chibi Robo.
That's bullshit. Get out of here with your shit.
It's that's probably the smallest one. But yeah, Craig got 3 of the 4. So it's Pikmin, Metroid Prime, Luigi's Mansion, and then Chibi Robo. Unless that's the Pikmin game.
I'd say I don't think it is.
But
I'm
these
pretty
are-
sure the first one was just called Pikmin.
These are like games that started on the GameCube that have become big series.
I'm surprised Katamari
Animal-
hasn't, because Katamari
wasn't
is
Animal
one that people
Crossing-
really like as well.
Didn't that one get started on GameCube though?
I did it, or
There
was it
is
handheld?
an Animal Crossing
I know-
game on the GameCube.
yeah,
I
no.
thought it started on something else. Like I thought it was handheld first.
And that will come into play very soon.
Well, I can find out.
I know it's on the DS, but
yeah, but then
DS
the-
was like after
Oh,
GameCube.
you know what? You're right.
It might be. That might be one of them.
Unless it came out like around the same time.
Yeah. I guess I would probably count that as one, but I didn't put it down. So
I just thought you had like a list.
I have a list of the 4. Game sales. Let's talk about game sales. Top 10 selling games. What do you guys think?
Legend of Zelda.
All right, let's go. Mario Sunshine, Smash
Luigi's
Bros. Melee, Luigi's Mansion,
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Did you say Metroid Prime?
Metroid Prime's going to be
Prime,
somewhere in the
Pikmin.
middle to
Oh, yeah.
bottom.
Animal Crossing, if it's on there.
Yeah, Animal Crossing would probably be on there. Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah, definitely Resi 4. Crystal Chronicles. Just kidding.
Tomb Raider Legend.
Which is Tomb Raider 7, just so everyone knows.
Yeah. I had to look it up.
What Legend of Zelda game?
Oh,
it's the Four
Wind
Swords.
Waker.
No,
Okay.
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, didn't I say Wind Waker? I thought I did.
you said Legend of Zelda, but you didn't specify what it was.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I think.
And then Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Because that
Okay.
came with the GameCube.
So Craig mentioned Melee, Double Dash, Sunshine, Wind Waker, Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, Metroid Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what? 1, 2...
I didn't get all of them. What's left?
Pokemon Coliseum.
Oh, fuck. Coliseum was on GameCube. That's right.
Mario-
Dude, that game is baller.
That
as
game was
shit.
sweet. Yeah, I remember that. Mario Party 7 and Mario Party 4. So you got 7.
That, you know what? Mario Party does make sense.
Mario Party 4 was on GameCube? I thought that was N64.
Nope. So,
You're gonna smatter points across to everyone for getting the games.
so Zach, you
I
got
didn't really contribute.
Zach got like 4 of them.
Yeah, I think Zach did get 4, and Cameron got
I just said Metroid Prime.
yeah, you got 1.
That one game I've been touting this whole time.
Resident Evil 4.
See, it's really the only game I wanted the GameCube for.
Resident Evil
Yeah.
4 not top 10.
Was it
real quick,
close,
if
though?
we're gonna,
Where was it at? Do you know?
It was the 13th best selling.
dude,
Damn
if,
it.
if we're gonna mention like Nintendo and like Metroid Prime, Nintendo keeps fucking bringing out like everyone's excited about this new Mario bundle thing, and I'm just fucking pissed.
Yeah,
I just want Metroid. I want a new fucking Metroid.
wasn't there a rumor of one being released?
There's a rumor and it's like pseudo like confirmed because like, oh yeah, we're doing it, but there's nothing comes of it.
yeah.
I fucking want Metroid.
They released that Metroid Prime collection on fucking Wii U like a while back. I'm surprised they haven't ported it
I
to
know.
Switch
What
yet.
the fuck, dude? They have like IPs they could do really good shit with and popular ones, and they just don't.
Yeah. So, game
Fucking bitches.
sales now. So, Super Smash Bros. Melee, top selling game on the console.
I'm not surprised.
How many did it sell? How many consoles were sold again?
The console sold a total of 21.74 million units.
All right, then I'm gonna go with 16 million.
Okay.
20 million.
Fucking everybody had Smash Bros.
It's true.
Cameron can make up some ground with these numbers.
So this is just copies of Melee sold, right?
Yeah, copies of Super Smash Bros.
And
The console sold 21 million.
Right, and so console sold 21 million. And it'd be impossible for that to equal that because I was one who owned a console, but not Melee.
Yeah, 'cause you're rich.
It's got to be a solid. Let's go with 18 million copies.
I'm not going to give it to anybody. 7.41 million.
What?
That,
That's the
that
best.
makes more sense.
That's only a third.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody had that game.
Did everyone have it, or did you have one friend that had it, and you all went to your one's friend's house to play?
I had it, and everybody I knew that had a GameCube had it.
I don't know.
5 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also knew a good chunk of people who went on to play Melee in tournaments. So
That's true. I did know a few
Yeah.
people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, number 2, Mario Kart Double Dash. How many copies?
Well, fuck, if Melee only sold like 7, I'm going to go with...
9.
No, this one's the second best.
Oh, that's right. God,
You can
fuck.
go with 9 if you
No, I
want
don't
to.
want it. I don't want it.
I mean, based on their previous guesses, you might actually be closest.
I'm going to say
3.5.
5.
You know what? I'm going to go with like 6.5.
Greg's pretty close. 6.96 million.
Yeah, I figured the Double Dash would be really close to Melee.
Yeah, the gap on these isn't as big as some other consoles.
Yeah, I mean, as well, like, it's good because, like, the multiplayer was the thing, too. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at Xbox, like, multiplayer Halo was the shit.
Well,
And stuff like that. So you want to have that to be like, oh, yeah, we're still hanging out together. and
Well,
stuff
like the
that.
console
Yeah.
sellers for Nintendo, those are like the big ones. Like Melee and Mario Kart are like the two biggest always.
yeah. Third place is Super Mario Sunshine. How many copies did that sell?
I think
you
that
know
would be just as close because it's a cult classic.
I'm gonna go 6.3.
Okay.
What was the last one at?
The last one was at 6.96.
I'm going to say 5.5.
Okay. Cameron, do you have an autistic
I
answer?
don't know. When it comes to sales of consoles themselves and stuff like that I can look at market stuff, then maybe I have a decent guess. But when it comes to like which game is more popular, I have no fucking clue. But maybe because with games, it could be this is where the huge gap was, where the first 2 games were basically neck and neck, and the third one you see a huge drop off. But I have no fucking clue. I have no clue what the demand was for this game.
Yeah.
Let's just go 6 million.
Cameron wasn't quite as close as Craig.
What was it?
6.28. So you were 0.02 million off. That's why I was looking for the precision clutch answer from Cameron of 6.28.
Cam just gets like every number.
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker is the 4th best-selling game on the console.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 5.85.
5.5. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with my 5.5.
What game is this?
Wind Waker.
4th best.
4 million.
I speak first best Italian. You speak second. You speak third best.
I'll give it to Cameron. 3.07 million.
Whoa,
this
that is a
That's
drop.
a huge drop.
Yeah,
See,
this
the
is-
drop was supposed to happen
Yeah,
at
but
some
like
point.
Mario and Zelda are like
Right,
up there.
yeah, like those are like the cherished things on there. So
Yeah.
you think they would have held more ground, but I guess in the scheme of
I
things,
knew,
is
I
it one of the
know
most
OG
popular
Wind
like Zelda
Waker
games
is
itself?
weak, but still.
I was gonna say maybe it's just not one
Wind
of the
Waker
better
is
ones.
actually really fucking good, except for like halfway through, it makes you collect all the like Triforce pieces, and because it like broke, and that part is fucking annoying and
So-
slows down the game.
Zelda is one of those series that's like, it is coveted, but it's actually not that popular. I mean, it is, but like, it's not a huge seller.
I guess I think it is because I mean, like Legend is a like fan group thing, like
Yeah.
Nintendo one. So like to me, it's like I see a lot of posts about it. So I guess that would. Take
Yeah,
me
it's
away.
like it
I'm
sold a lot.
surprised that the collector's edition isn't on there because it fucking sold with the console. We've seen that like stuff like that always like boosts it, like fucking Wii
Right.
Sports and Tetris and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not though. That's crazy. Luigi's Mansion. What you got? So last one was 3.07.
3.07. I'm gonna go with like 2.8.
Okay.
Is there the second great fall off?
the second great fall off of Christmas.
Let's do.
If these are the best, I can't imagine
2.5.
that they're like they fall off too much from this point.
Doesn't matter if it's the best. It's just what has done the best. Doesn't matter how big the gap is between them.
Yeah.
They're still like Nintendo games, so they're probably still in like the multi-millions.
I mean, remember the fucking Dreamcast? That one had some sad shit on there.
Yeah, well, Dreamcast was also like the most undersold thing in the world, so...
Yeah, so we've got, what was it, said 2.5, and then 2.8?
Yeah.
What about you, Zach? We got 2.5, 2.8.
1.0.
1.0? Who's did 2.8? Is that Craig?
Yeah.
3.03 million for Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, so it was like about the same?
Yeah, that one actually, yeah, it was basically the same amount of sales. So, next bestseller, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
What was the last one?
2.5.
So for this one, I'm going to go with 2.7.
2.5. 2.7. 2 mil. Zach actually gets it. 2.42.
Hell yeah.
So, there's some fall off happening. It's not super drastic, but Mario Party 4.
2 mil.
I'm going to go 2.2.
1.9.
2 mil, right on the money.
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Just keep guessing the same number.
It's like that meme with the dude from fucking Hangover. All like the numbers he's drunk and it's all the numbers. It's like the autism.
That was what was happening for the console sold.
That's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
So this one's Mario Party 4.
That one was Mario Party 4. This one's Metroid Prime.
God damn it.
Mario Party 4 sold more than 7?
1.8.
I'm gonna go 1.5.
1.6.
Cameron gets it. It's also 2 million.
Oh.
I was hoping you were, because you said, it was funny, you said, I'm going to stick with that number. And then you didn't.
Well, I said, but because like I was finally right. Of course, I'm going to have to finally change as
Yeah.
the numbers go down.
So, Mario Party 7 is the ninth bestseller. What do you guys think?
1.7.
Okay.
1.3.
1.8.
Cameron is closest, 1.86.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's where Cam does the return.
Pokemon Coliseum,
God damn it.
the 10th best-selling game.
1.3.
1.5.
1.76.
1.8. Cameron takes it.
Damn.
God, he just
There's a
went behind
trend
and just
now.
assassinated everyone.
No, there's a trend now of how much it's going down.
Yeah, so that was kind of the last note that I had on here was Resi 4. The PS2 version sold over 2 million, and this one only sold 1.6. So it's not a hugely popular game. I mean, it is. It's a big game, but they were initially going to only release it on GameCube, and the GameCube version sold 1.6 million, and the PS2 re-release sold over 2. So it was a good move.
Oh yeah, I bet. But the thing is, like, that game is like it's a fan favorite.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's the favorite. If you ask someone what their favorite one is, it's that one.
I'm pretty sure Dylan's played it on like every console, and he says the GameCube version is still like the best version of the game.
I've heard the Wii one's really good too.
Yeah,
But-
like going over to my cousin's house. That's when I'd
Maybe
watch
you
him
said
play.
the Wii
It's like
one
he'd be
was,
like,
I
"Oh, I'm
can't
gonna play this
remember.
game," so I just sit there and sleep over and just watch him fucking play.
It's awesome. Yeah,
Be like, I wanted to play, but like it was his console.
yeah. Well, I saw somebody play that too, and I was like, "You got to let me borrow that game." And then I played the shit out of it.
I didn't have a cube.
I had it was on PS2. I played it. Yeah, I didn't have Cube.
Get cubed.
Cube boy.
So the legacy of it.
That's what Megatron says in the version. Give me the cube, boy.
Legacy of the GameCube in our eyes. It's just a console that a few people I knew had. It has some really great titles on it. But to me, honestly, it's not really that big of a deal in my eyes. Like, it's just one of those ones before Nintendo started coming back.
I gotta say, I thought it was a lot bigger than it was. I mean, I knew it was like the bottom of that generation, but like with fucking PS2 being like the greatest selling of all time, and Nintendo having like some fucking sweet ass games on that system, I thought it would be way bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised that like Melee didn't have as many sales as I thought it did, just because like Melee was fucking huge, and like everybody says that Melee was like the best version of Smash Bros.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. I've heard that's the peak Smash Bros. It was always a console that I knew people that had it, but I never had one myself. And I mean, honestly, the only games I've played on there, I think it's Super Metroid, or no, Metroid Prime, and that 1,000 Year Door, which I think was like the 12th best-selling game. The Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door what should we call it? I think like roast beef penis or something. Because the 1,000-year door itself looks like a penis made out of like Arby's roast beef. It's really bizarre looking. But yeah, like it's just one of those consoles that like has some pretty good games on it, but I only knew like a few people with it, honestly. Everyone had the PS2, or the people that were like, I have an Xbox, which they're right about Halo at least.
Yeah, so that's why I had the Xbox for Halo.
Yeah. So that's kind of the legacy of it in my eyes. Cameron's the only one that actually has owned this fucking thing.
What?
The GameCube.
Oh.
No, I owned one.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Craig did too. But that was your console, though. Craig had like both. He had like PS2 and GameCube.
I had the PS2 afterwards.
No, look, his parents loved
did you?
them.
I actually got the PS2 from my uncle for Christmas.
Look who's
So
uncle.
PS
was.
And he that came with ATV versus MX Unleashed, and Cam and I did sandrail wrestling on that game like all the fucking time.
Dude, the PlayStation 2 for a long time put a bad taste in my mouth because my mom was dating a hockey player and he told me he was going to buy me one. He never did. So, like, as a little kid, I was just like, fuck this system.
Yeah.
I don't need you or this town.
If things pan out with your mom, I'll buy you.
Yeah, fucker.
Yeah.
Butter me up, bitch. I'll give you the best reviews.
Maybe if my son liked you, he's like, I'll fucking do that.
I know, dude. I could have been rich, and I'm so fucking mad.
Yeah. It was always the one that I saw that you could rent it, and I was like, oh my god, that console looks amazing.
Yeah, dude. No, that was the Xbox for me though, because I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. PS2 was the one for me. Yeah, my experience is pretty limited with it. I don't have very many great times. I guess the one that I used to play with one of my buddies a lot was it was Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars, the game.
Dude, that game is fun as shit.
That game was fucking sweet.
I have it for Xbox, I think, still.
Yeah, the GameCube one, what you could do is you could get, I was obsessed with rolling down the lane and taking out outposts, because you can camouflage yourself as one of the other units, and so you look slightly different, but you can I would walk with the other AT-ATs or the AT-STs, and we would go blast and stuff, and then suddenly I'd be super awesome compared to the shitty computer players, and it'd be
I love that game so much, and I would destroy my brother at that.
Yeah.
Destroy him.
It was fucking great, dude. And that was the best version of it, I think, was the GameCube one. It was perfect.
Yeah, this generation also had the best guest characters from Soul Calibur, because you had Heihachi from Tekken in the PS2 version, Spawn on the Xbox version, and Link was in the GameCube version.
Yeah, that's
and Link
true.
was broken as shit because he had a bunch of ranged weapons, so he could just fuck you.
Yeah. So what are you guys' favorite games on the GameCube?
Bro, Godzilla Fighters. I don't know if that's not what it's called, but that's the one I played with my cousin all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was just sick. Did you destroy the buildings around you, as you were?
Oh yeah, and you were fighting the other monsters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a multiplayer. Was you choosing each monster, and you were just kicking out. So I had to choose my boy Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that one? It was
Metroid
Godzilla
Prime.
Monsters Unleashed or something like that. I can't remember.
Right. Metroid Prime is a classic, hands down, absolute classic.
I agree with Cameron. That was probably the one I played the most, was Metroid Prime.
I played the shit out of Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker, and Smash Bros. Melee. I think those would probably be my favorites on the GameCube. I never really played a ton of third-party games on the GameCube. It was mostly just those.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I don't think I played a single third-party game. Well, except for, the fucking Star Wars game, which was the game I played the most. That one was a third-party. Mm-hmm. But I mostly... Yeah, I think mostly I played Melee with you guys. That was the big thing that I had played back in the day.
I wasn't good at Smash Bros, so I refused to play it.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that was god tier. So my buddy's blind in one eye, and he doesn't have great depth perception, but he fucking kicks ass at that game.
Oh, really?
He fucks shit up, and I hate it.
Nice. Yeah, so the legacy for me is just kind of, like I said, just a console that a few people had.
It is a really good multiplayer console.
I don't know, it's if you're Marvel, Nintendo fanboy, it was the console to have for you.
And the fact that it was made to be multiplayer, for multiplayer games is pretty great too, because with Xbox and PS2, you had to have the multi-tap type thing to be able to play with 4 people.
Yeah. It wasn't as good. For local co-op, this was the system, and then Xbox, PlayStation actually kind of lost that.
Yeah.
This gen, but yeah, it's just one that I've slowly over the years explored great games in, and I've played them on the Wii. So I wasn't in the GameCube when the GameCube was the thing. So that's kind of my my final thoughts on the Nintendo GameCube. So
Very informative as always.
yeah. Congratulations to Caleb Craig, who took the win with 35 points. Cameron.
Wow, you're single, huh?
Yeah. Cameron beat
Just
Zach.
kidding.
Cameron beat Zach by 1 point with 19
Damn.
to Zach's 18. So the comeback with the
I was robbed
with the
out of 1
precision,
point.
with the precision numbers. Craig clearly the winner, though.
Clearly.
Good job with your Nintendo knowledge, Craig.
The Nintendo.
Yeah, I think the next one I'll probably do is the Sony PSP. No, did I do the PSP?
No, we haven't done PSP. I don't think we've done any handheld yet.
So if we're gonna
You're
talk,
right,
Oh,
yeah.
you gotta do Game Boy, bro,
I'll probably do Game Boy.
or the
The
color.
Game and Watch.
Do the color.
Do you want to do the consoles first, or do you want to now to start to throw in handhelds?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true. It's hard because I want to do like current stuff, but it's not done yet, so I'm not gonna
So
do it.
just wait a year, and
Yeah.
you'll be able to do the.
You could
Xbox.
do Wii U technically.
Yeah, you could.
I
That's
could,
dead.
yeah.
The
it's
Wii U's dead
discontinued.
now.
That's gonna be like a 30-minute show, though.
Yeah,
It died fast.
so that's 1 million units.
Have you done the,
Died
have you done the
3
Wii
years
yet?
out.
What?
You done the Wii yet?
Yeah, I think we did the Wii. I'm pretty sure we did the Wii. It's hard because we did the history of gaming where we did kind of like touched on each of them, and then now I'm doing like the in-depth console kind of thing. But I think we did do the Wii. I'm pretty positive. So yeah, I'm running out of the consoles that I care about. That's why we went to the GameCube, sadly. But we've still got like ColecoVision and some of those oldies. Those are going to be harder on us, though.
Didn't we do those? Because I know Joe started this segment, and I think he did.
We did some info
He might
on
have
them.
done all of them as a group.
Yeah, which we've continued. So like I guess we still have a couple oldies like the NES. I know we did Super Nintendo as well, but we got the NES.
I thought we did the NES.
I know we did SNES, but I'll have to look. I looked at it yesterday and I was like, man, I'm like running out of shit to do for these because there's only so many fucking consoles.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do the handhelds.
When you're done, though, I mean, you just have to wait for the next one to phase out.
Pretty
Which,
much,
I mean,
yeah.
at this point, is not that far.
It's probably going to be a few years though because they, with the new release,
Well,
they
then you
won't.
bring it back with Triumphant Return.
Yeah, we could always do a check-in, but like they don't. They usually discontinue it a few years after everything's said and
Well,
done.
because I thought they said they were going to do support on it for the next year and a half.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, so once that's done, I guess we could do a PS4 and an Xbox One kind of a thing. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thanks guys for hanging out for this episode of Nude Clan. And we will see you guys next week with a review of Washington Alive. So double reviews. Until then, now, guys, as always,
Enjoy the cube.
Time to get cubed.
I got fucking robbed.
live always in the cube.
Always cubicle.